now we can go.
Okay.
I listen to the Black Guy Who Tips podcast because Rod and Karen are hot.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Black Guy Who Tips podcast. I'm your host, Rod, joined as always by my co-host,
Karen.
Sorry, wine went down the wrong pipe for a second. And that's right, we have wine today. The official weapon of the show is
Folding chair.
an unofficial sport,
bullet ball.
a bullet ball extreme. Today is our House of the Dragon recap day, the day that we take a little bit of time to talk about our favorite show and one of your favorite shows, and give you hopefully one of your favorite recaps of the week, where we talk about the show, because that's what we do now as a society. We watch shows and then we talk about the shows, and then we listen to people talk about the shows, and we love being part of that process.
We do.
Let's start with the upfront housekeeping, guys. No predictions. Don't write in to us with your predictions. We don't mind you guys writing in to say, hey, I enjoyed your recap. That's great. We love that. That's what we live for.
Yes.
But we not here for your recap. We recapping. Keep it short. Okay? In the past, some of y'all have written books because y'all read all the books. We didn't read the books. We're not interested in reading the books.
No, we are not.
We're not going to ever know the books, and we don't want to know what's different in the books. This is just a TV show recap. We don't think we're smarter than you. We don't know everything.
We do not.
That's kind of the fun. We're the people that don't want to know how the magician cut the woman in half.
No, I just want to be like, oh my gosh.
I want to be
That's
like, oh
me.
my God, this man's going to jail for murder. Wait a minute.
Right. I want to be shocked after the fact.
Everybody's here for our opinions, not yours. All right. The other thing I want to say too is everybody's done a really good job this year. We only had a couple people violate. Okay. Don't write in before the recaps. Okay.
Yeah,
I watched the show and now I want to tell you what to say on your show. Nope. No. We got it. We over here doing our thing. All right. All the show note information has the contact information for the shows. That's how you can get in on, our feedback episodes or recaps or whatever you want to send your feedback in for. And I think that is all the upfront stuff that I have to say. So let me ask Karen the question that I ask Karen every week when I remember to do it the right way. Episode 6 of season 3. It was called Faceless Men. What did you think about this episode?
I enjoyed this episode a lot. This episode had a lot of action in it that I didn't see coming. I knew it was going to be actiony, but the way the stuff went down, I was like, oh, didn't see that coming.
Yeah, none of it
was fun.
None of it was the major 12 dragons versus whatever. It was the biggest thing we had was a battle at the beginning of it, and that really was not much of a battle as much as it was just a bunch of people getting jumped.
Yeah, I got beat up.
But I enjoyed it as well. It was a talkie episode, but actually one of my favorite talkie episodes. And one of the things I thought was really interesting is that the title was Faceless Men. And if I'm not mistaken, in Game of Thrones, that cult that Arya joined was called the Faceless Men. Mm-hmm. And they were able to disguise themselves as other people using their faces and, infiltrate different people and impersonate people and stuff. And I don't know if that came up at all in this episode. It could be a little wink, wink, nod, nod. Maybe a person you saw in this episode is actually not that person, but a faceless man.
Yeah, but
or something like that.
I wouldn't know it though.
I wouldn't know. Yeah, and then the other thing I was thinking is too, just the concept. All these battles, all these people dying, all these people trying to make a name for themselves, make a fortune for themselves, or just survive to the next day. And how many have been lost to the annals of history because the stories just were not told or they just changed over time, and you're just a faceless man who died in the mud in the Riverlands for somebody to sit on a throne that you'll never see in your own life.
That and the network. Like I know we don't get into it, but when Damien was talking to that dude, Damon, he was basically telling him he was faceless. Like he was
like maybe that was the origin of what would come later to be the faceless men or something.
Right, like it's a bunch of us. Like,
right.
You know, you can kill us, but it don't really matter because we will continue to come back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? In different ways, shape, forms, or fashions. Like I think this may have kind of been the foundation of that. And like you say, years, you know, later on when Arya and all them come along, these foundations have been around so long that, you know, they eventually started probably taking a lot of the people that may have died for the cause and stuff like that and using their faces.
Yeah, it's interesting, man. I just know that means something. I probably didn't pick up on all of it. I know that the faceless men cult was in the House of Black and White on Game of Thrones, and that was in Bravos, which is we're in Westeros, but I don't know. It was just something to think about. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the House of the Dragon.
We back? Oh, it's the villain, baby. It's the recap. Fell 5 and Black Guy with Tips. We doing it again, nigga. This what we doing? Woo!
All right, time for some dragons. I broke it down into locations, of course, like I always do. And I want to say also before we start, if you go back and rewatch this episode like I had to do this might have been the best transitions they have ever done in an episode of House of the Dragon, meaning almost every single transition it was almost like when you listen to Renaissance and every song blends into the next song. Almost every transition out of a scene was either foreshadowing or directly related to the next scene through some sort of theme or idea.
Yes.
Such as like there's a point where you hear like a baby crying when a character is like talking to another character about their legacy, but it's a baby crying in the throne room while talking to Rhaenyra about what she's gonna do for the poor folk. Stuff like that. People were bringing up characters like Corlys, and then it would cut to Corlys or cut to someone talking about Corlys. It's just amazing. This one was, like I said, some of the best transitions. I went back and was just like, this was masterful how they did this one.
Yeah, somebody was really on the details, because you would have to be an extremely detailed person to actually be like, nope, I want it here. Like, not before, not after, I want it here. Yeah,
it says it was directed by Lonnie Peristere. Or Perister, maybe. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but whoever he directed this, that motherfucker murdered this shit, because that's who did it. Yeah, written by David Hancock and Cheyenne Poppet. Yeah, they put one together with this. It just flows, and it's over an hour and it still flows. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the Vale. Try to start with the places we was at the shortest first. Rhaena sits cliffside in a cave. She eating some raspberries, just sitting up in her room.
Chad, I was like, what bush did you random wild bush? I was like, you gonna break out in hives? Do you even know, can you eat that?
Also, like, it was a bunch of sticks in them berries. Like, if that was weed, they would have been like, this is some Reggie. Like, this was like, it was a lot of, she had to go pick out some berries in a,
like that, like got all cut and thrown up and shit.
I just feel like Sheep Stealer went down and grabbed a bush off the cliffside and just threw it at her. Like,
you know he did.
Eat some of this. I'll be back with some. I know you can't just only have protein like me, so here, get some roughage in you.
She think he a pet and he thinks she a pet.
Right. So she goes outside of the cave, sees two dragons in the distance, and we see later in the Vale, we cut to Lady Erin and in her castle, and she is throwing somebody actively through the moon door as they cut. We don't
them going
see it,
down.
but we hear the yell.
We hear, was like, well, damn, did they just put somebody at the door?
And she just leans over a little bit and goes, never ceases to be fascinating. But she sounds almost bored, because if there's one thing we know about Lady Jane Eyre in this show is that she's a bad rich bitch. Okay,
Come on.
she don't give a the realms going on are not that amusing to her. But she wasn't like broken up that she killed. She was just like, oh, I guess they had to kill this person. And I'm like, why are they killing people? We'll get to that at the end. But I was like, when we left, Lady Jane was pretty calm about all this. So just then, her men knock on the door and bring in Raina. And she walks over to Raina and slaps the shit out of her. Like, what did I tell your ass? And Raina looks scared and apologetic. Because... I mean, even though Raina has a dragon, she don't got that I have a dragon energy, because she's not supposed to have that dragon.
No, she's not, and she wasn't properly trained. Like, I don't care. Like, the training in the relationship matters, and because a lot of times it builds your confidence up. Like, it's more than just you hopping on the fucking dragon and going
Well, I just think
away.
it's because her dragon ain't legal. Like, she riding dirty.
Yeah,
so
she
it's
is riding
like,
dirty.
I feel like training or not training. I mean, Ulf ain't got no damn good training, but he walk around like he think he the shit. Cause
yeah, he does.
Cause he like, I got a dragon, but she not supposed to have that dragon. She's up in caves being quiet on the low of her dragon. So like, she slapped her, but she can't even talk to people. Like what's the point of going your whole life wanting a dragon? Somebody can slap the shit out of you. You can't even be like, hey, I have a dragon. Is everybody lost their mind?
She got a dragon, but she haven't got the confidence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she was like, I saw my sister and she was on Moon Dancer and she flew. I wanted to go fly towards where my sister was at, but she was gone by the time I got there. And Lady Jane's like, so you flew to a town full of people that was looking for Vagar, hoping to see you. That's witnesses, right? Mm-hmm. People can see you on the sheep stealer, and everybody knows that Damon has told the queen sheep stealer Ryder is dead.
Right. So you know your daddy did what you asked him to do. It's like you counterproductive to people protecting you.
And you begged me to stay here.
Right.
So you not just gonna get yourself fucked up, you gonna get me fucked up. What's wrong with you?
Great, valid question. Not trying funny. I am on this white woman's side. She's like, come on now. Bitch, I told you to sit your ass down and just chill. You out here wilding.
Yeah, like, I hate to say it, but I'm with you on this one. She slapped a little black girl, and I didn't go, man, she's racist.
I did not.
You know what?
I look like, oh, you deserve that one, because we both gonna fry because you too busy trying to be seen.
I was like, you acted stupid, and I wish somebody would slap the shit out of you, and then she didn't. I was like, accept it. Fine. And I don't think she is racist.
To turn around and say, I ain't racist. What's it got to do with me? I'm okay. How can I be racist about anybody? How can I be racist about anybody or anything in my life?
So then...
It'd have been a little white girl. She probably smacked it saying, she just pushed some random at the moon door.
Yeah, I don't believe it was about racist at all. I think it was about audacity.
Yes, you got the audacity to show your ass back up here again.
Girl, baby girl.
I told you the first time I never want to see your ass again.
Right. So then Raina gives a fucking speech about all my life I wanted a dragon and I never could get one. And then Lady Jane was basically like, boo-hoo. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? You got what you wanted, and now your life is fucked up. She's like, I got the dragon, but I lost my family and everything. She said, that's your choice.
And it was.
Those people are dead to you now. You got what you wanted. Go. And next time you try me, it's going to be the last time.
And I think she means that.
She said everything but you on my last nerve. And then it makes you realize the dude that went down the moon door, that must have been a witness that saw her, which is how Lady Jane got all upset. Cause she like, I'm having to kill people now to cover up this secret that you the one with the fucking dragon. And so you come in here talking about, but I always wanted a dragon. Like, fuck that and fuck you. Get the fuck out.
Right. You should have went on up there with your brothers and sisters.
Yep. man, it has been one big headache for Lady Jane. Like I said, we don't think about it from her perspective because she's not a main protagonist of the show. But honestly,
I'm on her side on this one.
yeah, like they tried to do the Darth Vader with Cloud City deal. Where it's like, pray I don't change the deal any further. You said I'm gonna give you a dragon. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot to mention. I meant a dragon and a possible. It's actually a couple of eggs and some babies.
Right, and she was upset because she was like, you promised me a dragon.
Right. And I want all your money. I want all your men to fight. Okay, well, you didn't send your men. Give me all your money. Oh, here come my daughter. She killed my son.
Nothing
like,
but issues.
She like, this ain't, y'all are messy. Y'all that messy family. I'll be like, why did I let them come in?
Right.
Aegon and Laris, this is a quick one too. Tywin Lannister is digging a grave in the woods because they got to get rid of that boy that Aegon the Crispy shanked last week.
Didn't he give him the business?
It was like, that is a lot of nerve to murder somebody knowing that neither one of y'all are capable of burying a body. So y'all got to get Tywin to get the shovel and get the shoveling. Mm-hmm. And then Laris had the audacity.
Right, it ain't deep enough. He was like, you are more than happy to help.
Right, he was backseat shoveling. Like, you can't backseat cover up a crime.
They're going to find him. We'll be long gone by the time they find him.
Right. He was like, if y'all want to, and I'm with Tylen on that because I've been that tired before. He was so tired that he was like, this is far as the body going.
Right. We ain't going no deeper.
Larry's like, dogs is going to come. They hunting for us. They know something up. He's like, okay. Be that as it may. If the dogs find him because I couldn't dig 3 more feet, then the dogs fucking find him. We need to go. Okay? That's what we need to be thinking about. Forget this plan where we cover up this murder and we stay here 6 months. That plan is over.
It sure is. The second he got stabbed because he the boss. That's like the main dude. They're going to be looking for him.
Y'all lucky I didn't throw some twigs and leaves over his feet and go like, that's close.
That's close enough.
When both of y'all can't pick up a shovel. No. Fuck out of here. So then they argue about where, like, you know what that reminded me of? I play basketball, and when you play pickup basketball, sometimes you'll get on the best player from the other team, and you have to defend him, and nobody else wants to defend him, or maybe he's the strongest player or the biggest player, whatever. And you check him, but everybody in the gym knows this motherfucker is really good and he's gonna score.
No matter who.
Like, it's nothing nobody really can do. So then they be like, hey man, take his left away or some shit like that, where it's like, obviously I've been trying that and it don't work. Hey, block his shot. He's 7'12". I don't like this. Is
what am I supposed to
this
do?
is what happens
Guess
when.
what? And then when you say you do it, nah, man, I won't do it. You shut the fuck up.
Thank you. That's exactly where I was going. Tylen basically said to Laris, "Won't switch." Yeah, he said, "Nah, you got it. That's close. You right. That's enough."
Yeah, because and there's been times in my life I be talking and somebody says something about like, you know what, you're right, I don't want to do that work. So you know what I'm doing? I'm gonna shut the fuck up and I'm gonna let you handle it. I've been that person where people had to be like, hey, you're doing too much.
So then they argue over Bravos or Lannisport again. Of course, Tywin Lannister wants them to go to Lannisport, the city of his people at Casterly Rock. And of course, Larys is concerned that Tywin and the Lannisters will then say, this is actually the new throne of the king. It is actually all the kingdoms should go through Lannisport now. Mm-hmm. And
that defeats the purpose.
Right. Meanwhile, Larys wants to go to Bravos, which is on the whole other side of the world. Start over, kind of get everything shored up, and then make a bold return one day.
Right.
But as Tywin makes his case, Aegon, who's the only one who gets to decide, is thinking about it, playing with that dragon scale, and he goes, "Let me ask you something, Tywin. Am I a terrible man?" Now, last week, not even with it being asked, Larys volunteered, "You ain't shit." Okay? Tywin don't necessarily know that happened, but Aegon could either decide, hey, tell me something good about myself, and I'm so flattered by my vanity, and as a fuck you to Larys, I'm gonna do what you say. Or more judiciously, he could be like, would this man tell me the truth about myself? And if he won't, should I be taking his advice? Could go either way. Mm-hmm. What did Tyler Lannister say when he was asked, "Am I a good man?" by Aegon the Crispy?
I'm open to the conversation. I think it really is something that I think is a little bit multifaceted and layered. And so, yeah.
So it was a non-answer.
And my man Aegon said, we gonna go to Bravos, which is it. They go into Essos, the city in Bravos, because he don't trust Tyler Lannister as much as he trusts Larys, because Larys at least told him the truth.
Yeah, he was looking down, and
I had third-hand embarrassment.
He was stumbling over his word. I was like, he has no confidence because he's used to the traditional him just doing that outburst and speaking to people crazy up underneath him. Mm-hmm. And when he responded and he gave his answer, I was like, oh, he was just looking to see if he was going to tell me.
And Tylen wasn't really in the castle for a lot of what has transpired, especially once he got burned up. Mm-hmm. He clearly has mostly seen this kid be a buffoon. So if he was telling the truth, he'd have even a more rigorous version of no, you clearly aren't a good man. I saw less good in you than what Larry saw. Mm-hmm. But no, he did the four corners offense and ran the clock out.
I don't want to offend nobody.
He's we all good and bad if you think about it.
We all got issues and problems,
right? So then we'll go
terrible job interview. If he wanted the job, he lost it.
Then we go to Harrenhal.
Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
You better be afraid.
Alice comes into Aemon's room as he is kind of looking at his kidney wound or whatever, which I guess is mostly healed at this point. And then she's like, oh, I got some cream for your face, because his face got a little, I guess, bruised up when he fought those 3 mercenaries last week and was crossing over step fade away. He killed the shit out of them 3 dudes.
Yes, he did.
And she was like, it's been a long time since a man defended me. And he's like, cool. So I guess we can leave with the score settled, right? I can leave because you saved my life. Now I'm saving your life. We even. She like, where you going, baby? He was like, I'm going to find my dragon.
And she looked at him like, with everybody looking for you, you're not 100%. Right. How do you think all by yourself? And she basically, you got to sleep sooner or later too now. What the fuck do you think this is going to be?
You just going to leave? I got business to take care of.
Right? That's exactly how he sounded.
It's because you've been dealing with the ace.
Yeah, that's my movie.
That's my old man. You better tell him something. But she's like, cool. She's like, okay, first of all, how you even know your dragon gonna come is just stay here, stay low and build. It's like a frog. In the winter, it go under the ice. Then when it warm up, it pop back out on their ass. Don't nobody know what hit them. Do that. Let people think you dead. Nurse your injuries, and come on back. But he was like, nope, I need a horse. I'm going to find Vhagar. And Vhagar, if I don't find Vhagar will come find me. And it made me think about something and related to something that you said about Sunfire and how, they've done a lot to be like, Sunfire's dead, Sunfire dead, Sunfire dead. And it's been actually a long time since we saw that dragon. Even long, we saw the corpse of that dragon. Mm-hmm. But if somehow Sunfire is alive, it's just gotta heal like a frog. It's gotta heal completely still, and then it's gonna pop up when it feels better.
I think it will. I think we're gonna have a scene either this season or next season where something gonna happen and that dragon gonna pop his motherfucking eyes open, and them niggas around there charging 25 pence to see it gonna get flamed the fuck up.
All right, so if that's the case, which I'm leaning towards. You're swaying me. At first, I was like, this dragon is dead, but they doing too much. Kind of like the Jon Snow thing. Like, you mentioned this 12 times. Now I feel like the motherfucker's coming back to life.
I think he is.
Okay, so now if that's true, and Sunfire can go and sense where Aegon the Crispy is, maybe it can find him, because that is what Aemon is implying, is that somehow all he has to do is get out of that castle, and it's somewhere the dragon will sense him and come to him.
Because they follow people like puppy dogs.
And they're smart.
Yeah, and we done seen dragons sitting on the top of castles and shit looking for people.
So he's like, also maybe it's the castle that's making my dragon scared, which also made me go, you know what, Alice could have done something. I don't know. She know a lot of stuff, and she could have been like, I need to separate this boy from his dragon.
She may have done something to scare the dragon.
Yeah. Now she implies like, look, it's a bounty on your head, you'll never be safe. Like you said, Karen, he got to sleep at some point,
right?
And he goes, yeah, but you said mercenaries been coming here to kill me. Last time I had to save your life, I'm not safe here. So you talking about being safe out there? I'm not safe here. We basically got lucky last week.
But at least we're in a goddamn castle versus you just out in the wilderness.
But that's what he's saying. I'm in a castle, but I don't got my dragon. I'd rather be out in the wilderness with a chance of getting my dragon than in here with you, a sitting duck and no dragon, and people just keep trying to come kill me till the one day they gonna get through.
I can see that.
I mean, you know, in his mind.
Yeah, his mind, but yeah.
And also, I wouldn't feel safe in Harrenhal either. All he do is have bad dreams
and nightmares.
Yeah, like this ain't no good place to stay. So then, Alice suggests Vhagar flew away, possibly to protect him. Because Vhagar knows if they see me around, the queen will know you're here, and I know you're injured, so you'll be a sitting duck when they follow me to you. So I'm going to fly away so that nobody knows where to go to look for you. And then when I sense or whenever you feel better, I'm going to come find you.
I can see that.
And that's also something I thought was valid, because dragons aren't like pets. They're thinking, living, smart, emotional characters on the show.
And they might sense you're recovering, if that makes sense. They're like, okay, you're injured. I see that somebody's taking quote unquote care of you, whatever that care is, to the best of, it's a dragon, to the best of the dragon's knowledge. You're not in any danger. So since you're not in any danger, I'll just go do my own thing. And like to say, whenever you get healed.
Because I would put you in danger.
Yes, I would.
Like, just people follow my big ass right to the castle.
Because I'm huge.
Right. So then when she was saying that, she was like, the queen's looking for you, he was like, she is no queen. And then Alice pulls up all up in his personal space, and he's sitting down, and he's looking up at her, she's standing. And this time it did feel sexual to me.
Yeah, the first
this
time
was not motherly.
The first time it was motherly. Yeah,
this
felt
more sexual. Like seduction is the new weapon. Like, okay, I feel him slipping out my grasp a little further. Now I have to take this to a different place, because the motherly shit bond was not working anymore. And then the other part, it looked kind of like that. I put the picture on Twitter, but then they took it off. But or they said they put some type of restriction because it was against the rules. But it was that meme of the cartoon of the boy on his knees and the girl looking down at him, but she was like, this pussy will fuck up your whole world, little boy. And then he was looking up at her like, fuck it up then.
From Sinners. Yes.
Like it felt like that type of vibe with her looking down at him like that. So then they end up he goes to the stable to get his horse, but the stable boy, who she did mention when those mercenaries wanted to kill him.
There was a blind dude
who churns butter.
And two other people working there. Everybody else was dead.
Right. She's like, in a stable boy. And I'm like, okay. So he goes to get his horse. Stable boy sees him. He's like, Amon one eye, because he's a stupid stable boy. He don't know how to just see shit and not say it out loud.
He ain't know how to see him and just turn around.
He was like, I'm definitely gonna snitch.
That's exactly what he might as well said.
And so Amon turned around like, okay, you know what? Maybe I got to kill this little boy.
He looked like an NPC that walked up and was like, oh my, I got to report you to the sheriff.
Right.
You were like, what?
So he goes to
Mission failed.
He goes to run away. And Amon goes to run after him and kill him. But before he can go after the stable boy and kill him.
Surprise, motherfucker.
She came out of nowhere.
My girl Alice pulled up out of the shadows. Because you know she love a shadow. Okay, eye shadow, storm shadow.
Just a shadow.
Okay, she loved to pull up out of some shade. I never seen her step into a shadow. I only seen her step out.
She just only steps out.
Pop out on him. So she popped out of.
You see a shadow in the goat, you know she nearby.
She pulled out of nowhere, stabbed the little boy in the back, killed him.
She was like, damn, I hate to kill the dude, the one person that take care of the horses.
But she looked at Amon, and Amon's like, oh, so you just been able to kill people this whole time. You could have killed me. And she was like, but I didn't kill you. Think about it.
If I wanted to, I could. I did.
I could have did a lot of shit to your ass. I did not let you,
which is valid,
stay there and sleep in the bed and probably fed you LSD water. But let's not talk about that part.
Let's not talk about the hallucination jelly I gave you.
Right. She said, I kept your secret. I'm gonna still keep it. And he's like, what game are you playing at? Because he realized if she would have killed him, she could have inherited Harrenhal, and Harrenhal is the whole thing she claims to want. So he like, if you don't want to kill me just to get the Harrenhal like deed, why the fuck is any of this happening? And so she goes, you know what? I'll tell you why I'm doing it if you're willing to listen. She went to the barn, found something in the back, pulled out the box. It's a clutch of 5 dragon eggs that she just had hidden sitting up in there. And they're the eggs of Dreamfire, which is a dragon that was ridden by Rhaena Targaryen, not to be confused with Rhaena Valerian, who is our Rhaena, the little black girl. This is like an ancestor, Rhaena Targaryen. And Rhaena Targaryen's daughter had died, and she was mourning her daughter so bad that she left like Dragonstone or wherever they was currently the queen of, and she went to Harrenhal and she just mourned the death of her daughter till she died. And I guess while she was there, her dragon laid a clutch of 5 eggs. And according to Alice, they've been sitting there hundreds of years. Now, look, I don't know about the timing for this shit on the show. I don't know. I don't follow all that part. And when it's relevant, I'm sure they'll bring it up. But a lot of times they do stuff on the show where it's like not completely relevant, and whatever the show needs to do, they'll change the timing.
Right.
So they said hundreds of years that these eggs been there, according to Alice, but she could be lying. And of course, Amon, this is why I have to remind yourself and me and myself is that he is still a kid, even though he's tall and gangly looking. Yeah. So he's stupid.
And also, she old as shit.
Yeah, she seemed she's using a filter for sure. Like, I feel like she's gonna be like I think it was Masandra. I can't remember. Was it Alessandra? The witch from the Game of Thrones with the red hair. She was a woman of the red. And then like one day we seen her without her fucking makeup on, and it was like, oh my God, this is a crypt keeper. This is not a human at all. This is a sentient skeleton.
Yes, it is.
So I don't know, Alice Rivers and all her powers and shit. Who knows what's really going on with her, but she feels extremely old. She don't feel like she's had hundreds of years old because the tail was passed down. She sounded like she was there when the eggs was born.
Okay, she did. I was like, you telling the story because bitch was there.
Right. Yeah, Melisandre. That's what it was.
Yeah, you were there chilling when she showed up.
So then she shows him the eggs. And he was like, listen, I don't know if you want me to hatch these eggs or whatever, but you got to understand, the guys don't fuck with me. Okay. Ever since all my sins, I just been paying for them. Everything I touch withers away. And she says, why you think you the only one that's cursed, boy? I'm so tired of being alone, and I know you tired too. She's like, so, you know, maybe we need to touch hands over this egg. And he was like, ooh, the egg do feel warm. And then the blood from the stable boy was still on her hands.
It was. Poor stable boy, his body ain't even cold yet.
Right. Just ridiculous. But she's like, listen, you know, you might be young, but you ready.
Oh, Lord.
And I feel
I know
like
I'm old enough to be a great
grandmama. But let the gods turn their back on us, okay? It's some ancient strength up in this Heron Hall, okay? And up in this thing. So we can make our own fortune. I'll be your lady of the water. You could be my dragon by my side. And in the meantime, you a Targaryen prince, and your sons that I'm gonna give you, they gonna be Targaryen princes too. And then she kissed him, and the whole time you could kind of tell she was fumbling with his penis. And I don't know about you fellas, but that's my spot.
Not your spot.
Yes, you know, a lot of people don't know that. I hate to tell y'all that
You
information.
don't say. You hate to get that secret away.
Fumbling with my penis is my spot. You know, some people it's the back of the neck or the forehead. Not me. Straight to the penis.
The hell wrong with you?
Was this what she tried with Daemon, you think? Like, would any Targaryen do? Because I feel like she similarly had him drugged up. She was trying to get him to stay there. She eventually kind of pushes him towards helping Rhaenyra. But like, I wonder if she was like filling him out for this plan too. Like,
I think she was, and she was like, he won't fall for it.
Yeah, and Aemon is too young to know any better.
Yes, Daemon is much older.
Right.
And he's like, the fuck is this? What's happening? Like, he's not trying to find, his mental fortitude is he's been through a whole bunch more shit.
Right.
Where he's like, like, you know, because he was down in the whorehouses. So he like, I know the tricks of the trade. No, ma'am.
Right. So, then we have The Road to Tumbleton. Now, they actually started the show with this, and I know you guys probably thought I was going to start our show with this, but no, I try to go closer to the plot. But yeah, it's finally here for the people that only came for this part. Sir Kristen Cole, aka BBL Chrissy, and his boys, they roaming through the woods. Scout team come back. They be like, hey, we scouted out ahead. We found the Tully camp with the soldiers, but something strange has happened. And I said, oh man, this is such a TV moment. Because TV, they be like, something strange has happened, and then they just go to the next scene. Because like in real life, the next question is obviously, what?
What happened?
We just gonna start walking like, I don't want no mysteries. This is a motherfucking war, nigga. I want to know what to expect when we arrive.
Yeah, this is not real life. They, like you said, they do that and then they cut to another scene. You be like, what happened? In real life, you'd be like, something strange happened. The fuck strange happened? Like, would have been the very next question.
Yeah, and like on TV and books, you want to have intrigue and stuff. So that's why, you know, they'll be like,
they cut scenes.
They'll be like, don't worry, we're gonna get out of here. I have a plan. What's the plan?
Screen go to black.
Okay. Because it's like TV, you want suspense. But in real life, if somebody says, I'll be like, nigga, speak up. What's the plan? We stuck.
Don't be whispering to me.
I don't want to die.
We are not fading to black.
You or they just follow my lead. Like, no.
No.
Well, how about you tell me where we going, then I can tell you if I can follow the lead.
Right.
At any rate, we go over there to the camp. It's a bunch of just dead animals with maggots crawling on them. It's fucking dead bodies, like people cut,
stinks.
People laying on top of each other. It looks like, you know, you can't even really tell which all the different soldiers apart, but some of them look like Rivermen. Some of them look like the fucking Grey Wolf niggas. Like, it's just like, what happened? And then Crow goes over and he kicks one of the bodies and it flips over, and he's like, whatever happened, they didn't fall here, meaning they weren't killed here. Somebody moved these bodies.
Yeah, because he was probably, because he's been around enough death to know if it's recent. And he was like, no, whatever this was, they have aged.
Yeah, he put out CSI equipment. It was like, these footsteps don't match the shoes or whatever. And so he goes, I don't know what happened, but these people they didn't get killed here. And right as he says that, one of the assumed corpses springs to life, stabs a nigga through the gullet like blow, and now it's on.
Damn.
Oh, it's on. Oh, it was a bloody battle that ensued. And look, hey, I gotta give it to him. My man Cole, BBL Chrissy was going the fuck off.
He said he's the best warrior in the realm. And
he was showing it. He pulled out that motherfucking spike
thing with the ball on the end.
The mace that's like the ball and chain with the spike. I haven't seen a ball and chain do work like this since Married with Children.
Oh Lord, that's good.
This motherfucking ball and chain was going to town on people's faces. Fly down. Spike ball to the face. Fly down. Euro step. Sham God. Fly down. It was crazy.
Yeah, because it literally came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, they walking through a graveyard? The next thing you know was like, no, you're not. And you know what? This goes to tell you somebody knew their history, because this is kind of the same story that whatchamacallit told Darian. The one
about the woman in Dorne.
Yes. So I was like, oh, after I sounds like, oh, somebody kind of knew their history. They kind of faked the funk and faked them
Probably
out.
them old cat daddies. Yes. I feel like between them cat daddies and that young Tully, that's a match made in heaven, because them dudes work good together. And yeah, they were like, if you just not gonna go by the rules of the soldier field, we gonna go by our own rules. We ambushing you.
Right, cause we were gonna go by the rules. And when he said we gonna play by their rules, this the shit they meant.
But the Cole and them credit, they fought the fair one. They lost maybe half their men, so they went down from like 24 to 12 or something. But they did kill all the ambushers.
They did. They took an L.
And right as they got done, my man Cole start pulling the chant for everybody and stuff. Like, they start getting excited. It's like, we like the way. We like the way. Everybody's like,
that's the High Towers chant.
Dun 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 dun. But before they could do that really and get into it, we heard the war drums coming from up the hill.
Up the hill.
And when I say up the hill, I mean every hill.
Yeah, they were.
You could just hear. You could hear the Riverlands army composed of the Gray Wolves from the north, and the Rivermen. You could just hear they fucking right over the. It was like, oh shit!
They surrounded them. They was like, we don't know what you think this is, but this party is officially over.
They
sir.
Zoomed out, and you realize that it's like 10,000 of these people, and like 10 of Cole's men. Like,
everybody else is dead, baby.
It's like, it's real bad.
Anybody else would have been smart. They left with Wayne.
You left with what? A Wayne?
Left with Wayne.
Oh, with Wayne. Yeah, I know a lot of them mad. And so then they realize, oh shit. And my man Cole goes, oh, this is not a battle. And the guy goes, what is it? Like, it's our death. Like, they got us.
Yeah.
They spade tight.
But that was your whole purpose. You said it was gonna be a suicide mission.
Yeah. I guess he was living in the moment. He was like, I didn't see it coming, but they got us. And so then young Lord Tully yells down at him, Christian Cole, traitor, usurper, defiler of justice, come forth to hear your fate. Young Lord Tully, generational talent.
I love that little boy.
The realm ain't see nothing like this again till little lady Mormont.
Right.
Liliana Mormont, remember her? That's I don't know how much time passed between this series and that, but that's the next time we seen a young dog. He's a dog.
And him and that old man on the same page.
Yes.
Oh, we gonna fuck him up. Well, bitch, let's fuck him up.
Yeah, Roddy the Ruin, Roderick Dustin. That's the dude. And so Cole's like, if I strike my banners, will you promise to spare my men's lives? And I thought about this for a second. Obviously, he doesn't have the numbers, and they don't need to do that. But I wonder if Cole suggested that not to really spare his men's lives, but to make sure his story gets told. Like, because if you spare my men, yeah, we lost, but they'll forever tell the tale of like how I led this group, and it'll get back to Allison, who will hear the song singing my name. And so Lord Tully is like, no.
Right, like you've been fucking us up and slowing us down and burning the huts. No, thank you, sir.
He said, I can't do that. Not on the dead homies.
Right, and you've been and guess what? I know Damon was telling them they basically been doing what Damon been doing. He was like, we don't have time for this. We have to move on. So he's like, I'm not even putting my men back in the mud. So no, we're not doing this.
He said, I promised the dead homies I'd build a church out of the bones of your soldiers. And the last time I checked, I was running short on bones. I'm going to need you to run me all y'all bones. And
what's some lines?
He's the Wimby of this fucking show. It's like, whoa, I thought Amon was one of them ones, but as he's falling into the thrall of the old witch lady, I'm like, you know what? Maybe Lord Tully is one of them. Maybe he's the Wimby. Maybe you just a Scoot Henderson.
And you know what? To be so young and have so many men follow you, you're not trying funny. You got to be the man.
And he be on Damon ass too. He don't be like just cowing to him. He's like, nah. So so he's like, I came here to kick ass and use bones as Legos. And the last time I checked, I'm fresh out of bones as Legos. So Cole says, you know, if y'all fight, some of y'all gonna die. It ain't just gonna be us. And Roddy the Ruin is like, say less. We would love to die in battle. I don't know if you know us. Yeah,
we came from the north, bitch.
I don't know if you know our reputation. This is such a crazy coincidence. We too would like to die in battle. Yes, that's our whole thing. We the old cat daddies. We left from the north so we wouldn't eat up all the food. And a glorious battle death is all we seek. So, square up. And then Cole pulls out the favor for Allison, which is that, a favor being that cloth with her.
The handkerchief.
Yeah, the handkerchief that has her, like, initial on it. And he starts, wrapping it around his hand, as he's holding his sword. And he's like, all right, then. I see what this is. Let's begin then. Two of y'all against me. Pick any two. Y'all, would that be enough to make a fight out of it? Arrows to the arrows all over the body. 3 arrows.
I think the first one hit his face. I was like,
no, the first one hit his like rib area.
Yeah.
Then chest.
Yeah, and then the last one
and
hit
then his face.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Shoulders, pants, chest, shoes. They wiped his ass down.
They was like, we are not bullshitting with you. Ain't nobody trying to fight you. Take these arrows, nigga.
And then they panned over to Allison Blackwood, as she said, Sir Kristen Cole, you have failed this city.
Yes, she did. You have failed this city, sir.
She didn't really say that, but she killed him. Mm-hmm. And I don't know that girl's ever had a line of dialogue on this show that I remember. Mm-mm. I had to look up who the fuck she was because the camera stopped, and I said, I know she's somebody. I just don't
know who the first time I ever seen that lady.
And then the rest of the troops, the like 6 of them that was still out there that was on Cole's side, they just like, oh shit. And they didn't arrow them. They sent in all 1,000 of them other motherfuckers. And I mean, they didn't cut to the carnage, but I mean, let's be honest, guys. There was no way they got out of there.
So there was no story to be told because them dudes is not gonna tell your story.
The only way that story is getting told is when the cat daddies tell people like, man, you ain't gonna believe how this dude was my last mission. It was crazy. Mm-hmm. He was, you know how it's like telling a fish story. Like it's gonna be, you make the fish bigger because that makes you a better fisherman.
Yeah.
So maybe that's how Cole will become a legend, is that people just be like, man, he was so tough. It was a miracle we even beat him. How many men he have? Like one for every 20 we had, but it was close. It's a lot closer on paper. Like, don't look at the stats. Don't look at the advanced stats. You gotta like watch the game. Then we go to Tumbleton. Hugh flies over the city in his big ass dragon, Vermithor, lands on top of a hill, and Ulf is already sitting there with his dragon. And then when he walks over, Ulf starts pissing and moaning about how everything is bad and it sucks, and they dragon riders, but you know, this shit ain't all this look like it was gonna be when they was coming up. He was like, man, you remember Market Day? Oh, Market Day. Back in King's Landing, it'll be Market Day. You get fruit stalls.
You could tell he was used to being like a regular ass citizen, and now he was like, what you mean I can't hang out with my boat? You can't.
He was like, we didn't even know how good we had. You got fruit stalls.
You are somebody now.
You got geese honking. It was traders shouting. The Publix fried chicken, you could smell it in the air.
Yeah,
Boston.
you could.
They used to give out free samples of Chinese food at the mall, man.
I miss them days.
We was cooking. And he was like, it's going to probably go back to that soon. But Ulf's like, yeah, it'll be the same soon, but we not really the same, is we? We wasn't in service back then. Sitting at the Queen's beck and call. Sleeping on a hill with no bitches. You know, she won't even let me turn up at the club, dog. I can't even get turned with the crew.
Not without security. What is this?
Why even have a dragon if you can't flex on these hoes? And I said, oh, that's a good point.
The old hoes can fuck you up.
It's like if when you get you finally get that luxury vehicle. And it's like, yeah, but you can't take it nowhere out the driveway. It's like, what?
Nope.
No. That's the whole point. I need to pull up at the old block like, what's up? Y'all remember me?
You won't have it no more.
So he was like, you want to just go back to being broke niggas, just broke no names? And he was like, come on, bro. Oh, it's like, nah, but I can't say my life been improved. Can you? Think about it. And I was like, you know what? I can see from both of their perspectives. Hughes lost his wife. He almost died in the cave getting the dragon. Mm-hmm. He ain't get that house yet. Mm-mm. They don't get paid yet.
No, they don't, because they ain't got no money.
Yeah, I could this is one of those like capitalism is bullshit type of things. It's like, you know what? They feeding us pizza parties at the Keep.
Right? Versus pay raises.
I said I want a 4% raise. They said pizza party Friday sounds like a plan.
Right. Ooh, you get to wear blue jeans.
Right, yeah.
A casual day every Friday.
Now that I think about it, this is kind of whack.
Right?
And when I really cut down on like, you know, the cost of going to the job and versus the cost of not ever being able to spend money at the club, I don't feel like this is really working out for your boy. You know what hoes like? Dragons.
Yeah, they do.
I can't even get no hoes at the dragons.
No, you can't, sir.
He's like, I'm out, man. I'll see you in a couple of days. Hops on this dragon. Here's my favorite part, guys. This is my favorite thing to happen. I don't even know how many of y'all noticed this. This man is going to throw everything away because he can't go to the club with his homies. And when he came to get on his dragon, he said, come on, girl. This nigga is talking to his dragon like a horse.
He did, didn't he?
You broke, you uncouth,
You got a thoroughbred dragon, and you like, come on.
You don't know no high Valerian, not a couple words. They taught y'all that the day that y'all got the dragons. They was like, these are the words.
They taught you that. You went through the training.
This nigga was like, come on, girl. This nigga basically whistled at his.
Yeah, he did. He whistled at the damn dragon.
Come on. Let's go. What? He's so ghetto. Oh man, when this nigga, so
I don't think he gonna last long. Shoot, one of them two gonna die.
Right. Oh, just we'll come back to him, but this motherfucker right here. Every time I see him, though, you know what I think about every time I see him?
It's upsetting me and my homegirl because we feel like, well, damn, if you can't go to Bella Noche's, what the hell could you go?
He just want to go Bella Noche.
He was upset.
That man got one dream.
That's his whole dream.
Pull up on him with the dragon with the roof missing. Okay, he just want to turn the volume up on his dragon and ride around the block so everybody see him.
Rolling.
Right.
They hating. Everybody looking up in the air. Is that off? We here?
2 miles an hour so everybody see you.
Yes. He gonna roll up. There's some hoes in this house. There's some hoes in this house.
So Gwen makes it back to Sir Ormond's crib where he's posted up in the rich people house. Mm-hmm. And he's dirty. And you can see that my man Sir Ormond got the pumpkin spice candles lit. He got the incense going. He's sniffing the perfume in his hand. Because Gwen ain't had a chance to shower yet. Because he been out there in the field with Kristen Cole. He came straight back.
Right.
And he must have reported immediately.
I think he did.
So then Ormond was like, hey, man, I'm hitting this potpourri hard as fuck, but why aren't you just still out there getting killed? Why are you here to tell me Kristen Cole got killed? Wasn't your job to fight with Kristen Cole? And Gwen was like, yeah, until it got crazy.
Till it was like, till it got nuts. Like, I didn't plan on that.
Right. Once it became madness, I said, let me take my ass over to Tumbleton, see what Ormond doing.
Because that's what he had been begging Christian to do the whole time.
Right. And he's like, but if you think it's madness for Kristen Cole to fight this lost cause, you must think it's madness that I keep fucking with Rhaenyra. And Gwen is like, yes. Now that you mention it, it is 2 big ass dragons outside that I walked past on the way to get here. And last time I checked, you just got Darren and his little baby ass dragon. And how many troops is in here? She could burn this whole fucking place down.
Mm-hmm. He was like, that cunt won't blow up, burn down. I was like, you don't know. If it wasn't for other people telling her that they bent the knee, she'd have burnt you the fuck up.
Right.
Because she was like, oh, fuck them niggas. I will burn that whole town to flames.
He's like, she pussy, bro. She not finna do nothing. And I'm like, you know what? If Sir Ormond was alive today, he would have an ill ass Manosphere podcast. He would make Andrew Tate look like nothing.
Come on.
Cause this man be cooking with his misogyny. This man dismissed the entire war plan with like, she a woman, bro. What? Why? First of all, women have vaginas. So how she gonna blow up anything with a vagina and breast?
Manosphere Westro podcast.
Yeah. Like, just, oh my God. It was like it's crazy how
coming to a Raven.
It's crazy how he has the nerve to not get his hands dirty at all. Right. We have never seen this man fight. We haven't seen him actually go to war. We saw him have those troops with that real nice luxurious tent that he had, smelling good. He don't even like the smell of people from the battlefield. And yet Gwen, who we have seen come up through the shit, through the muck and the mire, fight to the death, he was basically like, you a bitch, man. Why you ain't die out there?
Right, getting bit by leeches and shit.
Right. Now, I did notice in this conversation, though, Gwen is small.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why I've never noticed that before. That's a little dude.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was the way they framed it or shot it or whatever,
yeah.
But he didn't look that short compared to how short he looks now. I agree.
You know what I'm going to call him? Lil Gwen.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
Oh, Lil Gwen. He's a tiny guy. Not because he can rap or does a lot of codeine, but because Not because all his teeth missing. No, because he's short, guys, and his name Lil Wayne. So then, Ormond is like, look, she ain't gonna burn the city. She a woman. And Darren, you hear this nigga? Your uncle pussy, bro. I take one of my troops for every 3 of them Riverland peoples. And I was like, first of all, wasn't your troops with Kristen Cole?
You sent them out there.
And I think it was 1 to 20 last I checked, and they didn't do too good with those numbers. It might not be 1 to 3. You might need to be like, I'll take 1 for every 20 they got, but okay. And he's like, when they come to fight, it's going to be on our ground, on our terms. We're going to have the defenses set up, and we're going to have the advantage. And I was thinking, you know what, though? Because it's easy to dismiss. But maybe it could be like 300. Remember that movie 300? Where the whole thing is they made the bigger army have to come through that small area. And once they was funneled into that one area, the numbers weren't as big of an advantage as they was if they would have just fought out in the open. Maybe he's trying to do something like that with Tumbleton, where the city, like with the troops from the Riverlands, after they marched all that way and all this shit, will have to like charge through a small corridor, and they can do enough whatever trickery and fighting close quarter style to like maybe fight off their numbers in a way they wouldn't be able to outside the gates. You don't think so?
I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree. When you said fight outside the guys, that's why I say that right. I'm actually agreeing with you.
Like this might be his strategy. Now I don't know if it's a winning strategy. It still feels like a
and it's also,
losing strategy.
And it's also a trap because I don't know why you think you got so much confidence. And not only put it like this, it don't even have to be Rhaenyra that makes it. If you piss one of them other dragon riders off,
right,
and they be like, you know what, fuck it, poof. They could, and she wouldn't even have to tell them because dragons are dragons.
Right. So then he's like, we got the advantage. Her people are turning on her. He called her overweening cunt. In King's Landing, and it's because of me. The great houses gonna come to our side soon. And Lil Gwayne's like, speaking of that, how many great houses have come to our side already? And Ormond's like, okay, so none, but the patient hunter gets to kill something that a coward like you wouldn't know. You should learn that from me with your coward ass, you cowardly coward. I know you killed 12 people, I killed none, you coward.
He's talking big shit.
Big shit, just like a podcaster. You know? It was giving those vibes of like, listen, bro, you got to get on Alpha Brain or whatever. It's like, what are you talking about? Alex Jones, you have man tits. Stop telling me that I'm out of shape. We both out of shape.
Right, we both out of shape.
You're not fooling me. We both out of shape. You can't. How you gonna sell to me and talk down to me? We both can't run a mile straight. So Gwayne was like, I was in these streets while you was in here burning incense and lighting candles and shit.
Right.
And Ormond ain't like that.
And getting massages.
Yeah.
And stealing these people's house.
Taking baths. And Ormond was like, well, you gay. How about that? You was probably out there being gay with your gay ass. I bet you was gay. I'm not gonna lie. The show to me never really told us Gwayne was that gay.
Nope.
I didn't read the books or whatever, so I don't know if that's something from the books.
And there was nothing that they would have suggested that.
It does reframe him and Cole. Was it because someone said something last week? It was like, maybe he's in love with him or something. I was like, I don't know. I didn't think so. And maybe he wasn't. I'm not, just because somebody's gay doesn't mean they will be.
Right.
But I'm saying, I don't know, maybe. Or maybe Cole rejected the idea because he thought it was something more than that. But I just don't think the show went out of its way to tell us there was anything romantic between Gwayne and other men at this point.
We'll let you know.
And I think it means something that Ormond brought it up. You know what I mean? Because I think what that really is just him being a bully.
I think so.
And that like people don't really walk around like there's been some characters on the show where the plot line is they're gay, they're secretly gay.
Yes.
Not this show, but Game of Thrones.
Yes,
they're gay, they're secretly gay.
They'll show the audience that this person is gay.
They're gay, they're into men, This was not that. This was so like subtle.
This
that was
like an insult.
Yeah, you're just insulting and trying to embarrass him and out him in front of people because you're a petty bitch and you are just a podcaster. You're a Manosphere podcaster. You got Twitter fingers.
And just like Allison said, he never liked him.
Right.
Because he was like, he's basically a bully. Like, you know, so you're like, it's not worth dealing with you.
So then Orman is like, Darren, walk Gwen to his quarters so he could take a bath and watch your butthole. Don't let him do no gay stuff.
That's exactly what he said.
Because now he's implying that he would do something to his own kin and shit. And just a complete asshole move. In the hallway when they walking, we finally get to see the real Darren for a little bit. Because up until now, I've just been like, I don't know who this little soft boy think he is, but he definitely ain't gonna be no king. And how does he not realize this man's basically putting his life on the line? Well, so Darren is talking with Gwen, and they're talking like two people who've been surviving living with an abusive bully.
Yes.
He's actually smart. He's like, Gwen's like, what's that? Why was you up there letting him talk like that? And Darren's like, bruh, you been gone. This what I have to do to survive. I had to pretend to be a dumbass puppet so he won't, and they didn't say what the is. I'm assuming it's something attached to maybe his tantrums and his violent temper.
Yep. That's why he tries not to show his smartness, because I think he's very smart. He's very intelligent, and I truthfully,
Darren,
yes, and I think Darren wants to know his entire history, both sides of the family.
Well, I think Darren plays like he doesn't, but like even when he beat him in that chess game, I think there's a message there. Like Orman, I think we're setting up for Orman to have a very underwhelming type of death, meaning like he's not a good swordsman, he's not a master strategist. I feel like when he is undone, it'll be undone in the most basic, like a real nigga pulled up and then he was just like, oh shit, I'm not a real nigga. I feel like that's what's gonna happen. Even when he had that tantrum with this Valerian steel and he chopped the table, he couldn't even chop through the table. There's something about him that feels real front runnerish to me.
Yes, almost like a poser or a pretender.
Yeah.
Almost like you want to be hard, but you're not really. You're not your friend. You're not a hard person. And that's okay. You're not a hard person.
I truly do mean he reminds me of a Manosphere podcaster. Yeah, but dude, what you gotta do, man, you come up to a chick, you tell her she's ugly, man. I get so many hoes, but I don't even have sex with them because that makes you weak. Like that type of guy, and then you're just like, you hang out with him for 3 seconds, you're like, I don't think this guy gets any hoes. I think he was just talking. Actually, nobody's looking up to him and he's dressed kind of weird. Like that, I feel like that's what you really see. Anyway, so then Gwen is like, listen, man, you can't let this motherfucker run you for king. Like this is crazy. And Darren's like, yeah, if I say no, who gonna protect me? You gonna raise an army against his savages? I couldn't tell if he meant savages and those troops that Orman controls are savages, or if he means now that this motherfucker put my name out there in the streets, if I disavow him and leave,
they're faithful.
Who's gonna stop me from the Targaryens who clearly think I'm fucking tried to steal the throne?
Yes, they do. They think
so. Like at this point, I have to ride with him because no one else has any plans to get me out of this. So then Darren ends up talking with Gwen about like Gwen saying like, hey man, if you was king, you could, then you could like take him down from the inside. He's like, no, because I'm never gonna be king.
And I believe that, baby, because he's like, I'm not made for it. I'm not gonna kill my
brothers.
I don't
have the succession.
Yeah, right. I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna take all these people out just to sit on the throne.
And he begs Gwen to stay. He's like, come on, stay, man. Gwen's like, stay for what?
Right.
Or am I about to burn our house to the ground? Our name gonna be trash. I'm going back to Old Town because I know succession will go to me once he's dead. And I'm good, homie. Somebody need to set up a way for us to live after y'all done fucked all this up. And Darren's like, please, man. But Gwen's like, you're going to be fine because now he actually has a use for you. He has to protect you because you the treasure. You're the only right he has to the throne. So he gonna protect you as much as he can. And
yeah, but he was like, I can't stay here. Me being here is pointless. And I agree with him.
Yeah. So that was his,
And on top of that, he don't want me here. Why am I going to stay here?
Right. Dude, you see what he's doing? But I guess, when you're both going through shared trauma and y'all been helping each other survive for years together, I can see why Darren is like, dude, if it's not you, I don't have anybody. I'm going to have to go back to what I've been doing to survive.
Right.
Hugh Hammer ambushes a merchant, knocks his ass out, and then takes the man's horse and his goods and sneaks into the city past security because they don't really got, technology.
So you know what that mean? That mean you just got an unarmed dragon sitting on the outside of the city.
Right, that's true too. But you knew he would get pressed. So he Ormond, as we watch Hugh enter the city, Ormond does a voiceover. Once again, a great transition. Just the show was cooking. We see Hugh sneak into the city, and Ormond says, you can't trust common men who've clawed their way to power because they're fueled by lack, shame, or lust, or rage. And Gwen barely makes eye contact while this is happening because they're eating dinner. But the way that transition was actually him speaking on Hugh Hammer and Ulf, and and probably even to a certain extent we may even see it with Adam. Like, these are commoners who came up on a dragon, and the laws you learn and the rules you learn about life at the bottom, as opposed to the fake shit you learn as nobility, is different. And you can't trust me because your rules mean I've seen what your rules do to people, and now I have a gun, Anyway, so it's ironic that Ormond is also talking about people being fueled by rage. We've seen him rage out, and he's a noble. So just another little message, He tells Gwen to think on what he just told him while picking a hand to the king, because he's going to go be king of Old Town. So you're going to need to pick a king. So don't pick a commoner. Try to get somebody with some stable breeding. And he actually commends Rhaenyra. He's like, you know what? I hate that dragon bitch whore. Yeah, he can't help himself. But he's like, you know what? She did her big one when she got Corlys Velaryon, because that man comes from sound stock. And that's how you know Game of Thrones is not like the real world, because he's racist against just Targaryens, not generalized black people.
Right.
He's like, what? Why would you even accuse me? Yeah, why would you even accuse me of that? Meanwhile, Valerians can ride dragons too.
Yes, they can.
But for some reason, he likes Corlys's background.
Not because he did not ride a dragon. His wife did, but he didn't.
Keep that in mind.
He wanted to be a man of the sea.
Just keep that in mind. He picked out Corlys on this one. So then Darren asked about Otto. Like, he's like, what do you think about Otto's breeding, our grandfather? He's like, oh, your grandfather? Don't even get me started. And he get interrupted. And John Roxton busts in there. That's his second.
Oh, was he about to tell him he was dead?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, he might know he's dead, but I don't think he was going to tell him that. I thought he was going to maybe tell him, like, either he's a fine breeding because he's a high tower.
Right.
And, Darren's been playing stupid, like, oh, the high towers, oh my God, so great. And so he might have just told him something like, oh, yes, his dad was a nobleman and his mom was this. Or maybe he was going to shit on Otto. I don't think he would have, but maybe. Otto was also tight with them Targaryens, so who knows. But if you look at Ormond's path, it kind of feels like an Otto path. I won't be on the throne, but I'll be in control of a Targaryen who is on the throne, which basically puts the high towers on the throne, in my opinion.
Right.
So anyway, they get interrupted. John Roxton comes in. And he's like, hey, the Baratheons sent an envoy up here to meet with us. And earlier, last week, they got that note saying the Baratheons wasn't going to come. They wasn't going to send no men. And he was like, these fucking cravens, whatever. That was what had pissed him off.
Because last week, that dude told both of them the same story.
Yeah. So that's what had pissed him off, was that the Baratheons weren't coming. And so this week, they came. And he's like, come on up. But they smell so bad, he literally couldn't hear. Like, you could hear the music, the sound blend out. Wonka, wonka, wonka. Because he was like, y'all stink so bad. Please get out of my face. And he moved all the way to the back of the table. And one of the guys says, oh, yeah, I'm Arian Baratheon. I'm the cousin of Lord Burroughs. And Gawain looks up when he hears the man say Arian Baratheon.
Right, because the thing is, out of everybody in that room, he knows who people really are. You know, like,
he been out in the streets.
Yes, so, and they don't.
Right.
So he was like,
So he looked up and clocked the dude like, huh. And they was like, actually, we would love to have Darren come over here and so we can bend the knee straight to him. And Ormond, none the wise, is like, of course, Darren, son of the this, house of the man, lord of the that. And while he's saying all that, Gawain gets closer, grabs a knife from the table. Lord Roxton gets closer, holds on to his sword.
Yeah, because he was like, if you're moving, I need to move too, because something ain't right.
And what they didn't notice is that, what Ormond didn't notice, is as he pointed out who Darren was, the men all kind of grasped their swords. And they kind of got tight, like they were going to attack. And so Gawain attacks them first. Ormond's so slow on the uptake. He's like, stop him. What is Gawain doing? It's going to fuck up the tour. How we going to get everybody on the house on our side if you killing people, Gawain? Stop him. But Darren even clocked it. Darren grabs the other squire and says, no. Don't stop Gawain.
Right.
Let this play out.
Because he was like, it's the reason why he's doing this. He wouldn't do this for no reason.
I think everyone clocked it but Ormond.
Yes, because he's fucking oblivious.
And Ormond and the other squire clocked it. And I really think that they're trying to tell us something about Ormond. He not who he think he is.
He's not cunning.
Yeah, he should have picked it up. But he ain't really been in the field. He just talked good.
Yes.
So then
he ain't never been in a place where his life has purely been in danger.
So then they kill the people, and then like fucking John Roxton, he dissing testicle the man. I don't even know what you call what he did. That shit was more than disembowel.
He got that man like
right
from the chest down. Like,
right.
Oh, damn.
Jesus. And then Gawain was like, yeah, this isn't an attack. They trying to kill you and Darren. And I know because this dude right here ain't Arian Baratheon, because Arian got chestnut hair. He got them dimples. That smile that could light up a
room,
a dark cloud on a Saturday night.
I know what it looked like.
Lips that pucker like tulips, and
I know them buns are steel.
Buns as tight as two drums.
You can bounce a quarter off of it.
And his face card never declines. Look, this is not a cute man. You lucky my gay ass was here to save you with my gay superpowers. Happy Pride, bitch. Bam.
Right?
And then Ormond goes on a rant, of course, being this stupid cunt, bitch, whore. God damn it, fresser.
And my thing is, if he hadn't been there, he should have got y'all.
Yeah. But keep in mind, this man is talking about devious, cunning, underhanded people. He worshipped the lady from Dorne. And then when it came to his doorstep, it wasn't no worshiping. Oh, you know what? Well played. I almost would have respected it if he stepped back and said, damn, you know what? She got more game than I thought. It's on now. Nah, he was mad and shook. And then he tried to keep talking and he started throwing up from all the grossness because the smells was getting to him. He was barfing. Darren almost barfed. He like looked away like, ugh, this guy's a bitch.
My thing is, you gonna call me a bitch, but I'm out here risking my life and getting ate up by slugs and shit. And you didn't do anything.
Right.
Just a smell and
just
you
judging.
ready to pass out.
Just sitting on the podcast judging. So then Hugh finds Kat in an alley. Kat is his wife. She hugs him, really saying like, I thought you was dead. And she like collapses almost. Like she's like has to sit down. And you can feel the weight come off of her as if like I've been holding myself up because I had to. But like now that you here for 1 second, I'm allowing myself to truly feel how I've been feeling, like sad and weak and tired, and like I've been going through shit, but I just have to keep pushing for my family's sake. And so he's like, yeah, I was looking for you. I came back to town, but I couldn't find you. She was like, I had to leave. I had no choice. I escaped alone, and now I'm here in Tumbleton. My brother got killed. And it was weird because like it's like what she said bounced off of him.
Okay, he didn't want to hear it. He just came for her. He didn't care about them other people.
I feel like in his mind, if you go back to like the season when he was introduced, in his mind, a lot of men do this. He's made the idea, if I can provide, I can fix everything.
Yep. And sometimes that doesn't
even when a kid
everything.
died, she just kind of was like, can you be with me and not be
more.
distant? And he's like, I know it'll fix this. I'll go get a dragon. You know, and he gets a dragon. And so he almost has joy on his face, being like, I did it, baby. I got us a dragon.
And she's like,
I got a house. I'm a knight. I'm a dragon lord.
Like, that's not what that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted nor needed for you to do.
And she's like, that's what you smell like. Dragon. And outside. Ugh. And
yeah, he must have a distinct odor. I never.
they say dragons smell like smoke. So then he's like, but I hit it big, baby. We could go back home. I got everything. And she was like, what? First of all, I'm disgusted. Okay, like you showing up here with the dragon, smelling like dragon, not really even caring how I'm doing.
I am disgusted.
Secondly, you ain't shit, because while I was out there on the road, you don't even want to know what happened to me. I was getting sexually assaulted and all kinds of shit because I'm a woman on the road going here alone. And it kind of felt like did like a self thing of like, would you even want me? Almost like it felt a little like that. Like, look how proud you are of like your dragon and your status. You want a wife that has suffered all this trauma and shit. And then also, like, you don't really seem to care. Like, you're not even really taking this in. He's like, did anything happen? And she was like, many things happened. And the way she said it was like heartbreaking.
Yes.
And he was like, okay, but like, I did this for you. She's like, no, you went to Dragonstone seeking your own glory. That was your solution to our marriage problems.
I begged you not to go, which she did.
Right. And he says, he said, I did the dragon shit for you. She said, I didn't want a dragon. I didn't want it. Like, I just wanted you. So, like,
what do you know about love? What do you possibly think you know about love? You know, I'm sick and tired of men using love like it's some kind of disease you just catch. Love should have brought your ass home last night.
And he begs her, come with me. And she's like, I can't. My family's here and I won't leave them behind. And he tries to take her, like, grab her and take her. And, like, even covers her mouth when she's, like, yelling at him. And she pushes him off of him and she goes, who are you? And I'm like, dude, she just told you she was probably sexually assaulted many times on the road to this place. You gonna rough hand your wife and, like, come with me? I don't got time for all this. I mean, it definitely reframes how you see Hugh and how I see Hugh. Because up until this point, I felt like Hugh's kind of like the more patient, gentle guy, but he got his own fucking issues going on. I didn't think he would react like this. I thought he was maybe acting so distant and shit, feeling like a failure as a father and stuff. And then his kid died and he was running from that. But I didn't think he was just like gonna go crazy and be like, and actually, now that I have a dragon, everything's fixed. Let's go.
Yeah, and I think in his mind, A, everything was fixed. B, in his mind, it was going to be a fairy tale. She was going to open, be open. Excuse me, and everything was going to be like it was before, but she's not the same person. And actually, neither are you.
And who knows what would have happened? They would have got caught at the gate on the way out. Hey, you came in without a woman. Now you got a woman.
Right.
Yeah, who knows? So then she walks off with her niece who came walking up, and then he just stays there alone, assuming he has to get outside the gates now, obviously.
By himself.
Then,
and so now he has no reason to be there. So we gonna see what's gonna happen after that.
Well, he gonna go out to the hill, get on his dragon, I'm assuming, and still watch over it. I don't think he's gonna be like, fuck my wife, I'm over it.
No. But the whole purpose of him pushing to for that assignment.
But
was her.
I think he still cares. I think he'll still be out there on that assignment. I don't think he's just gonna go back to. I'll be shocked if he just go back to fucking King's Landing. Like, fuck it, she wasn't feeling me. I'm good luck, because he did promise Rhaenyra he'd be out there.
That's true. Now he did.
So at any rate, Darren practices in the castle yard. Ormond and Gwaine overlook him, and Ormond thanks Gwaine for saving their lives. He apologizes for talking down to him earlier. You know, all the homophobia. And he says, look, man, you don't got to go to Old Town. You can take a small detachment of men. The dragon probably won't even see y'all. Or maybe, like, stay here with me, man. Like, you know. And Gwaine's like, bruh, what the fuck is the plan? Like, I think Darren would make a good king. But you would never let him. You not really gonna put him on the throne. Mm-mm. And Ormond's like, what? You think I'm that cold? To which, yes, I think you absolutely would put Darren's life out in the trash just because it was expedient. But two, what is your plan? Because Gwaine's like, you would never let yourself die. So I don't even really think this plan of like they're gonna fight a battle to the death in Tumbleton, I don't even think that's real.
Nope. Because you're gonna have an exit strategy. If she come burn this bitch, these men gonna die, but you're not.
So what's your real plan? And then it cuts away before it tells us. Then we get a real short one before we get to King's Landing. Corlys and the Valerians. Corlys out there in the woods. Apparently, he not just a sea snake. He the land snake, because they was killing the shit out of Triarchy.
And hanging them up on trees.
And like a lot of them, and they was bringing bodies off a cart to put on more trees. I see why that woman was like, we got to kill him. When at the beginning, remember when she was like, guys, fuck the war plan. We just want to kill Corlys. And I was like, damn, they going to lose the war against the dragons just because they want to kill this dude? But I see why now.
Yeah, because he was like, I'm going to hunt every single one of you down. I'm going to hang you up on the trees.
He apparently has no quit in him when it comes to motherfucking killing them peoples, them pirates. So Alan comes up to him and is like, hey, man, what I need something. And Corlys is like, look, I got more to do. What you want? What she want? And Alan's like, yeah, we need more troops. Can you send some of your troops down to King's Landing? You know, the Castle Watch just got killed, or the City Watch got killed. And Corlys is like, oh, so here she go, wanting some more shit. Alan's like, bruh, it's not for her, it's for me. The guy you made hand of the king.
Right, because you didn't want to keep the job.
The Bronny James of Westeros. Okay, Dad.
Right.
Can I get some fucking help? And Corlys like, fine, but Jesus, this bitch can't never stop asking for shit. And Alan's like, you still mad?
Right.
And
because like it bothers you more than it does me and my brother.
Corlys like, who you think you talking to, boy? I'm your daddy. You gonna take her side? She refuses to grant you legitimacy? And Alan was like, how many years did it take you for you to grant me the legitimacy?
Right. And you think it's supposed to instantly correct itself?
And that shit was like, oop. And I oop. got a little shut up, you
God damn! Thanks, noob.
Got a little you hit him with a stinger.
But that's the truth. It's like, you expect this to be corrected, years of damage to be correct. But like this, even if she did, it still wouldn't correct the relationship.
Right. Well, right. And like, how you just want this because of last 6 weeks. I've wanted this my whole life. You've never even acknowledged me till you needed me.
Right.
So like, you can't be 6 weeks worth of patience. You gonna burn everything down? So that shut his ass up. Corlys volunteers. Actually, I heard Tywin Lannister is alive and he's headed to Rook's Rest. And so that helps because Rhaenyra and them could send some people out to look for him. if they look for him, they might find Aegon and Larys are still alive.
Not unless they separate.
Also, the Lannister, that's the Lannister who handled the gold and shipped it off to these different people for safekeeping. So finding him, you might find your way back to where the gold is. So then Alan leaves and Corlys goes back to stringing niggas up with Glee. Last location, King's Landing. Alicent and Helena get found in the walls of the Red Keep where they got trapped last week.
Oh, are we going to... I guess we're going to come back to it then, ain't we?
Of course.
No problem. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
You can trust me.
Yes, sir.
I've never dropped the ball, not once.
Okay, no problem.
And they were stuck down there with the rats in the wall. They did have their lantern working, but clearly the troops was like, okay, come on back up.
We found you, yeah.
And the thing I didn't realize last week is that is the tunnel Rhaenyra used to use to sneak out of the keep when she used to go clubbing. So they must have walled it off at some point. Either she had it walled off after the murder of the kids.
Yes, and they was like,
something.
We can't have people just being able to roam free through the building.
Yeah, and I would imagine they wall off a lot of those tunnels once that murder happened. Like, you can't just be like, well, nobody else will find out about the tunnels. You got to close it off. Anyway, a small council meeting. Daemon talking to Ray about how Sir Luther and his 14 men got killed in the name of King Darren.
And brought up to like 20 men dead. Or something
Crazy, like 16, I think, or something. But whatever the number was.
It's high.
And Ray is like, well, the great houses are watching Ormond playing in my motherfucking face. And I need to know where my army at. And then Lord D.I. chimed in. He like, hey, so the army, like a fortnight away, dog. Christian Cole been fucking them up. That's fortnight is, I think, 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, it's time.
I was like, how far is that?
Yeah, a fortnight is 2 weeks about. And so it's like, yeah, there's going to be a minute. And Daemon is like, well, why don't, this is what I'm saying. Why, let's just burn the motherfucker to the ground. We could do that tonight.
Yeah, why we his thing is why we bullshitting.
And the Messiah, of course, gets all tight about it. Like, oh, you can't burn them people up. Nobody gonna trust the queen that burns her own people up.
Yep.
And it's true, but, you know, she only care about the poor peoples and shit. And then Daemon is like, okay, well, I could fly to Tumbleton and I could get just the house he in with my dragon. And then all of a sudden, Lady Frey chimes in over there sitting next to Lord Manderley.
Their podcast just started up again.
Yeah. I got to come up with a name for their podcast. The Lady and Lord cast or some shit. Right. Or some sort of play on Frey and Manderley.
She looked at him like, word, just his house?
Right. But they like, yeah, they was sarcastic. They was cracking each other up. Like, neither one of them ever fought nothing. They was like, yeah, so a dragon, that's a precise instrument. Not. And she was like, oh, yes, you know dragons, how they flames do. They just light over all the evil. They just get the evil people and leave all the good people alone.
They was over there having a motherfucking ball.
And Daemon threw like a goblet or some shit at the dude's head and he ducked. And then Daemon goes, Ryan Clark on Peter Schrager on their ass. Like, I don't take advice. That's the non-player in you.
Yeah.
I don't take advice from people
who ain't never been out in the field.
All you done battled your whole life is indigestion. And you got some nerve to talk to me about some fucking war, bitch. Fuck you think you talking to? But then Alan the Hoe was like, well, you know, I know something about some war, and actually I agree with them. We should wait for the troops.
Yeah, cause his thing, he knows the cost of you actually just going out there and flaming everything up. He was like, the cost is going to be very great.
Yeah, and I think also everyone knows that there's a cost to pay when you kill innocent, quote unquote, well, innocent, they're not quote unquote, innocent people, and you a Targaryen. There's a whole history behind it.
Yes, it is.
And he's like a dragons make right situation guy, and Ray's like, I want to be a woman of the people, even if it's kind of impossible. So she's like, Alan's like, just wait on your army. You know what I'm saying? Just wait. And Damon's like, Ray, do what you need to do. burn this shit down. The prophecy and the gods put you on the throne. Aegon the Conqueror burned thousands of people at the field of fire. So, like, just do that. And Ray's like, no, the Conqueror burned enemy soldiers, not his own people. And finally, she just to the point where she's like, I'm just not going to do it. Because that's not what my daddy would have wanted. Viserys would have been very disappointed. And Mysaria takes satisfaction in that. You see it in her face like, gotcha. Big joker. Proud of her. Also, fuck you, Daemon. And she was like, instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to send some mercenaries up there. And Daemon's like, or she's like, I'll send knives, like a small group of guys to infiltrate and kill the Ormond. And he's like, cool. Say less. I'm on my way. She said, no, not you.
You'll be recognized. The fuck is this? They will immediately know who you are.
Yeah, you too famous. She's like, you want to do this? You want to send like somebody that's like a plain-faced assassin.
Right.
They won't be expecting. And Daemon's like, okay.
You smell too clean. What is this?
You gonna give me my motherfucking revenge, which I think is funny. Because his whole thing is like, I will have my satisfaction. I'm like, yeah, when she wanted revenge last week with the Vhagar shit and Sheep Stealer, you was acting like she was tripping. So, like, you want her to be the dragon queen that commands people around until you don't. Tell her some shit you don't feel like doing. Then you want her to listen to you.
Right.
So she's like, yeah, listen, I'm gonna send a group of people. You gonna stay here. You need to figure out who killing all the gold cloaks. Mm-hmm. And that is what he said last week.
Which is your big stink that you made last week. We didn't fucking Scooby-Doo solve this mystery, bitch.
Right. So I think he kind of had to do what she said because that's really what he said she should do. Mm-hmm. And so he ends up leaving or whatever. And Alan's like, hey, I got some Valyrian soldiers that can help fill in on the gold cloak shift. And he says, I think not. And walks out. And then Ray tells Alan, tell your father to send us some more troops. And that's why Alan went out to go see
his
Corlys. All right. Lord D.I. is like, so who you planning to send to Tumbleton?
Right.
Because you sending Valerians are coming here to do the city watch. Damon's doing this. You said send some knives. Like, where are we getting? You got knives money? Where are we getting these knives to kill these people? We broke.
Right. We don't got it, baby.
And so Sir Lionel walks in, her new head of security, and he's like, hey, House Baratheon, a delegation from them, they just arrived. She goes to meet with them, finds out Lord Boros ain't come, y'all.
Told them the same story he told the other dude in Tumbleton.
Lord Boros said he got to go fight a war with the Vulture King in the Red Mountains because they been fucking with the Stormlands, and he has to protect the realm from Dorne, so he can't afford to send the troops he said he would send. And she's like, didn't this nigga let my son get killed?
Right.
On his little baby dragon? This some bullshit. This an excuse?
I believe her. It was an excuse. He didn't want to come.
Right. And she was like, he think I'm Boo Boo the Fool. Okay. The Vulture King a bigger threat to him than I am? What if I bring him a traitor and I hang your ass here in his place? How about that? And Buddy was like, no disrespect. It's a matter of time. But if it was anything else I could do, I would do it for you. And she thinks about it for a second, says, give me your belt. Now we find out later, but I put it first. When she said, give me your belt, she basically took their clothes, gave them to some mercenaries, sent them to Tumbleton, and had them, probably told them, don't wash yourself or anything, and said, go assassinate them under the house of Baratheon, even though y'all not. So this was actually kind of a clever plan. I actually thought this was really smart of Ray.
Me too.
I was actually very impressed. It didn't work, but just because something doesn't work doesn't mean it was a bad plan.
Agreed.
Them dudes got close as shit. If Gwaine wouldn't have been there, the war's over.
They'd have fucked all them up.
So then Ray goes to Alicent and Helena's room to chew their ass out. Helena's not in there, but Alicent is. I guess she's separated them now. And so she's like, Alicent's like, hey, look, man, you would have did the same damn thing. Don't even judge. And Ray is like, girl, what the fuck you mean? Like, I've been easy on y'all. And Helena's like, Allison's like, Helena's pregnant. And we was running trying to save her and the baby's lives. And Ray's like, you think I would kill y'all? And Allison's like, actually, yeah. Like, you will be smart too. And Ray's like, actually, keep the main thing the main thing. Y'all got caught running away after I told y'all I was not gonna fuck with y'all. Now I gotta do something because everybody watching me and they think I've been soft on you already.
Right.
I gotta be the queen now.
Right. It's like I was trying to be nice about it, but you doing shit like this, wasting manpower trying to find y'all in these fucking hallways. Now I can't be nice anymore. Like you have forced me not to be nice.
Allison's like, blame me, not Helena. And Ray's like, nah, I got both of y'all going on double secret probation. Like, I don't care if Helena got a special condition or whatever the fuck it is you saying. It wasn't too special not to escape.
Right.
I'm not one of your little friends. You think I'm Boo Boo the Fool? I'm done playing games with you. You play games with yourself. And she's like, if someone sees Helena pregnant, then I will have to kill her.
Yes, you will.
Y'all making shit worse. And Allison like, send us to exile. She's like, if I send you to exile with Amon on the loose and Orman out there coming for my neck, now you could possibly have another one of these men that could have a right to the throne. No, you a high tower, and to my court, you the enemy. Allison is like, and to you, am I the enemy as well? And she was like, bitch, don't try me.
Who are you finna try? I bet it ain't me. Oh, bitch, it ain't me. Caps. Who are you finna?
Right. It's like if you would have just sat here and chill, we'd have been fine. Even with her being pregnant, I was willing to even work around that shit. But for the fact that y'all ran, that's a problem. How do I not know y'all not gonna run again?
And then she goes, put the Nintendo on the top of the fridge. Give me the controllers. And then she leaves her in the room. What do you do you think they're foreshadowing maybe like attempted suicide or something? I forget the right death by suicide, whatever. Like, are they that Helena's gonna harm herself? Because Allison's whole thing is like, Helena is so fragile, her mental state is so fragile, this is really hurting Helena, I was doing this for Helena and her mental health. Is it that, or is it just that Allison thinks it's a convenient excuse, or what? Because there's a lot of foreshadowing in this episode of like, Allison is the only thing keeping Helena around, and half the time I'm like, I feel like Allison is just getting on her damn nerves.
True. I don't really know, because like it could literally go anywhere. Mm-hmm. Like Helena could possibly leave on her own, like even without her mother, just go find her other baby, and next thing you know, all three of them gone.
See, I don't feel like Helena is capable of orchestrating an escape plan.
Okay.
I would be very surprised if she did, but she's definitely capable of communicating at times. But I don't know, man. There's something, but they keep going back to, she can't be in here alone. She can't be in here alone. Look what it's doing to her. She got to leave the house.
Yeah, she wanted to be outside and things like that. And they are doing a job of showing her mental stability breaking.
And Ray is the one who's like, you made me do this.
Right.
You did this trying to escape. So then Ray leaves the room. She asks Massaria asks Ray, what did Allison say? And this is important to her because Massaria knows Helena's pregnant. And she's like, what did she say? Did she say, whatever to you? And she goes, she told me that Helena's pregnant, but you didn't know, did you? You didn't know. And she's like, no, I didn't know. And she looked at her for a second and just kept moving. I don't think she thinks she knew. But still, this now means Allison has something on Massaria too. Because like Allison could get in a situation where she's like, and Massaria knew and she didn't tell you. So like,
yeah, she should be like, I had a hankering. I didn't, or I was trying to confirm it or something like, I mean, she could have told her anything. But
and of course that now means that there's people that are in the loop that discovered this. There's the escape plan woman. There's the person that saw Master DEI with the T. DEI with the T. So now there's other people that can prove Masaria did know something.
In her little network.
So Masaria says no, and then we see her talking to a guard later, tying up loose ends. The woman who tried to help Allison escape, she calls her a liar and a thief and tells him to let her know when it's done, meaning they gonna kill that lady. Which is always such an interesting thing because Masaria is such a woman of the people. Until some shit like this happened, then she like, I'm not going back to prison because y'all. Damon goes to the police precinct looking at the handiwork of the murderers. Then the men come in and he like, we gonna avenge their gift. And then he turns around. Everybody's like, actually, we not. I would like to resign.
Here's my cloak.
The LinkedIn page is popping. Okay.
Come on.
A lot of statuses being updated.
Yep. Unemployed.
So they all talk about how they broke. Now they're getting killed. I can't do it. Damon's like, y'all craving. And they like, well, be that as it may, I resign. I guess I'll be craving. And he's like, what y'all gonna do when they come to your house and they take your kids and they take pleasure with your wives? And they like, whatever. He's like, all of y'all forgot. I turned this shit around. Y'all was the laughing stock. And I turned y'all into something. And now shame on y'all.
It was like, it don't matter.
But one by one, they give them the gold cloaks and the same table that Luthor and then was killed at. And then they leave.
And also, I think for a lot of them, they looked up to Luthor, and with him dying, depend on how long Damon is gone, they don't got that same relationship.
If they can get him, they can get any of them. And of course, this means Masaria's defund the police shit backfired.
Yes, it did.
This is what, like, she was like, let's go feed the poor people in the town square.
It's like now nobody's there to protect them.
The gold cloaks is dead. They wasn't getting money and they quitting. So then Alan goes down to the Dragon Keep where Bela is sleeping, and he goes down there to ask her to speak to Corliss on his behalf because his dad is acting real stubborn. And she knows Corliss better than Alan does because he never raised Alan, and she is his granddaughter. She's Corliss's granddaughter. And then they bond over how fathers never really see their children, hers being Damon, his being Corliss, and how, they can't really see us for who we are. And she was like, yeah, my dad was an absentee dad, basically all this shit. He running around fighting wars. And I can't help you with Corliss. I got my own shit going on. And he's like, all right. And she gets up and gives him a look. And he's like, you should probably go to bed.
Yeah, time for
my
you to go to
niece.
My relative.
My niece cousin. You might want to go ahead and take it to the house on that one. And she starts looking him dead in his eyes, making like one of those faces. And he's like, yeah, so like I was saying, you should probably get out of here real quick. And, there's really no reason. She was like, you look real dutiful tonight. He was like, well, I'm the oldest, so, it's just...
And she's the oldest girl.
The oldest child do the thing. She was like, yeah, but you don't never want to do something just for yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Forget about everything happening around you.
You don't get wearisome tending to everybody else's needs. What about your needs? Who take care of you? And he's like, maybe a little bit. She's like, don't you ever want to forget it all? Don't you want to... And then
I was like, that was bound to happen. Yeah.
The cest was upon them. They was cessing.
And I thought about it. I was like, well, then what's going to happen to the other brother? Because he into her too.
Black cest on the platter.
Adam. That's his name.
Adam a hole. I'm like, is she going to take down both brothers?
I don't know.
I don't know, because she felt like she had a vibe with Adam too.
Yes, she did.
We haven't had a love triangle like this in a while. 2 uncles and a niece.
Even with the white folks, we ain't never had that one in a while.
Yeah. It's different when it's black. But you know what? That's called diversity. Y'all want a DEI?
Yeah, y'all want equity and inclusion.
This is inclusion on this show. They have to include the black people in the cest as well.
Everybody can get cesty.
You're not fully clean unless you're cest fully clean on this show. I know. Allison can't get Helena to eat anything. Helena puts two and two together. She like, yeah, remember the escape plan? And Masaria caught us. Where the fuck was Jay Hara? Cause you said she was gonna meet us down the way, but was she though?
Yeah, but and she was like, and she said when she's like, you're lying, you're not telling me the truth.
She couldn't look her in the eyes. That's what Allison is her. That's her tale. Mm-hmm. She doesn't even try to muster a lot. She just looks away, and Helena's like, "You just be lying. You just probably want to save yourself. You probably didn't really want to save me." And Alice is like, no, I want to save you, of course. You know, you my daughter. But I'm like, also, from Helena's perspective, I can kind of see that because I'm your roommate also. So, like, how you going to escape and I'm not escaping? Like, how you know I wouldn't tell or fuck it up somehow? So, like, maybe you just escaped with me by necessity. I don't know.
Right.
Now, I don't think Allison truly thinks like that. I think she really did want to save Helena for some reason. Her being the girl, I don't know, but she's still fucked up. She's lived through all this negative trauma, and at the end of the day, she's like, sometimes you gotta leave your kids behind, because that's her lesson.
Yeah.
So she had to do with Darren. Mm-hmm. So she's essentially having to do with Amon and Aegon.
Yep. And
she's like, you the only decent kid. I don't want to have you go through that. I kept you here to keep you close to me, basically. Mm-hmm. And so then, Helena uses a sewing needle that she was sewing something before Allison ripped it away, so to try to get her to eat. And we see her using the sewing needle to dig into her own finger, which is a habit her mom had, biting her fingers,
yes, sir,
and cutting her fingers and stuff from the stress. So we see the stress getting to Helena, and that's something we haven't seen Helena do. And she's always lived in this castle with all the stressful shit, but it's definitely getting to her now.
And I think her not being outside is impacting her.
And she still refuses to eat, and then she walks off. And on the sewing thing she was doing, when Allison picks it up, it looks like Amon in some red water or something, or in a womb or something. Like it was something with Amon. The common folk are back in the crown room with Ray. She hearing out the issues. A lady was crying with her baby out, and they told her to get the hell out of there. And then
get out of here with that crying ass baby.
Masaria was looking on from the side, making faces, and we basically had 3 complaints. The first one, there's no tallow to light the sconces. I don't know what the fuck a sconce is, but I do remember a couple weeks ago they said
rats was eating them.
The rats were eating all the tallow, so they couldn't make candles or something. And so they was like, yeah. She said, go ahead and requisition some then. So take some from the common folk. Well, guess what, guys? The common folk are upset that they don't have any candles.
Right.
She says, talk to the master of coin, Lord Manderley. Not my fault. It ain't my fault.
Right. It's like, girl, you need somebody else to do this job. Why are you here?
Which is what Masaria did recommend, so she probably approves of that. But she didn't necessarily approve of the next thing. The nun came up and she was like, so they took one of the girls from the nunnery because, you know, at the Cest, we relied on the city watch to keep us protected.
Yeah, and the police ain't there no more.
And now we don't have the police. And so they just came and took a 16-year-old girl straight out of our church. And Ray goes, I'll light a candle for her at the Cest.
Thoughts and prayers, baby.
Thoughts and prayers. Okay. She'll be with us in our hearts. Now where I'm gonna get the tallow to light a candle? I guess we're gonna have to requisition it from y'all.
Right.
I don't know.
In order to go see to find her.
And then Mason comes up and he like, the city watch ain't here, crime is up, it's crazy. And she goes, well, the Valerians will come, they'll protect you. He's like, I don't know them niggas. And she's like, well, that's Lord Ormond's doing, it ain't my fault. And it's like, well, how we know it's not your fault? And then everybody starts yelling, and she cuts herself on the throne, just like her dad Viserys used to do before he got sick from the tetanus or whatever. So she cut herself on the throne, starting to look like, oh, her reign is getting stressful. It's just not really for her to rule. Is the throne rejecting her? And we hear a cacophony of voices and the demands wash over her until she just drowns in it. And the sound sounds like the wave crashing around your ears almost. And then like she's underwater, and then she looks up at the statue of her father, the one that's the newest one. And it's got him with his like city Lego set. And she gets up and leaves through the complaining like mass of people that like sonically overwhelm her. There's like 4 soldiers helping her walk out. And it's just like, oh my God, this rain is getting worse every day. She cuts herself. Then in town, Damon walks around in a gold cloak armor. He gets followed by different people. We see watching him.
Yeah, he the only gold cloak, because everybody else quit.
Everybody quit.
So they like, why are you the only one that decided to stay, sir?
Right. Do you want the rest of this?
Yep, thank you.
So then he's like, why did you quit? Well, he's like the single gold cloak. Nobody thinks it's a trap. So he starts walking around.
And it's bright and colorful too?
Yeah, walking around by himself. Remember, they had been walking in pairs. We see people follow him, and then we finally see fake-ass John Cena. That's what I call this guy. I don't really know his name. It's never come up in the show. I'm sure it matters, but it didn't matter for much longer because he pulls out a knife, gets ready to ambush Damon, goes down the alley. Damon has disappeared. Gets ready to turn around. Damon shows up behind him, disarms him, slams him against the wall, and says, hey, bro, how many people is it with you? How many people help you? Well, where y'all come from? Where your grandmama stay? And the dude basically like, man, we fuck with King Darren, the Darren. He gonna be the real king. We ain't never gonna serve this woman. Fuck her. Fuck Rhaenyra. It's Damon forever. Gamergate. Hashtag for life. He said, you'll never find us. We are the people of the 7 kingdoms. We have no
always
signs,
gonna be here.
no sigils. And when you strike us, you only drive more to our cause. And then Damon's like, you rebel against ones who have never wished nor done harm to you. You're deplorables. And the man's like, I know you didn't call us deplorables. I'm going to vote for Darren the 3rd time. You could burn us, you could kill us, but you can never make us vote for a woman.
Never.
Make America great again. Then Damon kills him.
Stabbed him right in the ear.
Yeah. It is wild, man. They really don't seem to have a cause other than just a woman can't be on the throne.
And guess what? For a lot of people, we lived through it. That's enough.
So then Damon walks through the street and he shoulder checks this random fucking dude in a hoodie. And I'm like, what the fuck is Damon doing? Is this another assassin? Turns out it's Ulf.
And what was crazy, if Ulf would have kept going, could have kept moving, he'd have been okay.
But Damon knew he wouldn't.
Okay.
Because he's
Ulf.
old.
He probably recognized him.
He recognized it was Ulf, and he did it on purpose. And he's like, "Hey, man, watch where the fuck you're going." Oh, my prince. I mean, your grace.
I see what you're saying. Damon he didn't recognize Damon, but Damon recognized him.
Right. Damon
That's why
knew.
he did it. Right. Okay,
yeah.
I'm with you now.
He got busted.
Yes, he did.
And Damon like, ain't you supposed to be at the keep? What are you doing outside the Red Keep? And then Ulf is like, oh man, like, I put in some PTO, you know what I'm saying? They just got us watching The Hill over. I figure I'll just come chop it up at the block. And then Damon's like,
and you're down in Baltimore having big fun, weren't you, Vanessa? Isn't that where you were? Didn't you go down there to Baltimore and have big fun, Vanessa? Tell me, didn't you go for big fun?
You insolent maggot. And the thing I kept thinking too is Damon is also mad at the fact that the gold cloaks just defected. So here you are with defection in the Dragon Rider ranks too. He not dealing with no dereliction of duty right now.
No, he not in the mood for it.
Yeah, he's like, nah, man, I don't want to hear no fucking, oh man, you know how it be some days. No, I don't know how it fucking be. Not today. Do what the fuck you are told. And then he's Ulf's like, brother, I'll be working day and night, sitting on that hill, smelling, thinking about pot pies and shit, man. I'm hungry. You know more than anybody, man. You know we deserve pleasures,
He's
brother.
like, you can't Uber eat. You can. I mean, there's hoes in the castle. What are we doing here?
He's like, Damon, come on, man. You used to come down to Flea Bottom and used to knock it down.
Yeah, and he was like, I was out here because I couldn't be in the kingdom.
He was, well, nah, in all fairness, I think Damon was dereliction of duty type. He was doing too much and in the streets. But, you know, Darren's now management. And he sees the downfall.
It's different when you're in charge,
And Gold Close is getting killed. Like, this is an actual great point that I think is bigger than just, not being able to go to the club. It's like, dude, they're killing Gold Cloaks. If they do find out a dragon rider is down here, they could cripple us tremendously by taking us down a dragon.
Yeah, he don't, and Oath don't understand, and neither does he care.
Right, he just want to go out and party and do thug shit with his friends.
Right, and they was like, do you know your friends could actually, these people you call friends could hem you up, and then you're gonna be looking stupid.
Right, and so then Damon he knocks Oath down on the ground in front of all the peoples in the streets, including that one little snitch girl that told the fake ass John Cena that when Damon and them discovered the Gold Cloak. So like, she's still reporting to somebody.
Yes, she is.
Meaning,
if it ain't him, it's somebody else.
Whatever Damon did, he did not take out the head of the terrorist when he killed John Cena.
They probably have multiple locations all across the city.
Right. And so then I'm like, you already know Oath gonna betray y'all. They've done this scene.
He gonna get caught.
They have done this scene too many times for it to mean nothing. Damon keeps like going at this man's neck in public in front of people. And I think Oath does deserve it. But there's no like gentleness or understanding. It's like they expect him to understand nobility and being dragon riders.
And he does.
Because they got dragons. And so Oath is getting on Damon's nerves. But yeah, clearly he can't wait to turn on him.
Somebody gonna offer him something, he gonna be gone.
Yeah, for sure. I can already see it.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stop.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
Yeah, he was like, loyalty just because you say so.
Right. So then Allison goes to Ray's room to ask if Helena can leave her room.
Paul, why is you here?
And Ray says, Allison, no. Allison's like, but what if I give you Amon's location? Then can Helena and I go free? And Ray's like, no. That's stupid because I won't have caught him. And also, why would we let you go free? She was like, Allison's like, well, he at Harrenhal, but Ray doesn't believe that he's at Harrenhal because she's like, the Vagar's not at Harrenhal and we've been searching for him. And turns out she's like, what if Vagar is not with Amon? So Vagar, the dragon, is a she. So it's like, what if she's not with Amon? And Ray goes, how do you know this? And Allison goes, because Helena be having them dreams. She got the Targaryen dream powers. And Ray is so interesting in this scene because I'm like, did nobody know Helena had dreams? Because Ray didn't know for sure.
Because the thing is, Allison and them knew, but because she's a high tower, they don't take that shit seriously.
Yeah.
And they consistently
dismiss her. It's just so interesting because Viserys would have 100%. Honest to God, think she would have became his favorite kid.
Yes, he would have picked that up. But because she never really talked to him, it was more to her brothers and her mom. And because they're like, the fuck you talking about? You're rambling. You're not making any sense.
That is an interesting aspect of how they tell this story on the TV show, versus how people expected it to go. And I think at the end of this series, you can make your judgments on it, and there'll be people that don't like it, especially those who read the book. But I'll say this as a person who didn't read the books. I kind of like the idea that they made up and added a lot of women's history to this show by being like, women had things to contribute, good and bad, but if they're mostly ignored by the history books, this is what it looks like. So they may have played pivotal roles that just don't get written down because no one in a misogynistic society really looks for the contribution of women to history.
Right.
Helena being a dreamer is such a huge thing, but her father being such a guy who was obsessed with his own like gaze of what was valuable, he missed that his daughter was a dreamer and that was his most important number one thing. And what he really envied in his bloodline was just dreamers. He worshipped a guy who was a dreamer.
He wanted to be a dreamer.
And he never sat with his own daughter and realized, like, yo, you got this power? Wow.
Because girls aren't really that important.
Not that people would understand it, because it seems like the doom of all dreamers in this series is they can't communicate the dreams in anything but riddles, and the riddles kind of drive people crazy and lead to more bad results. But anyway, so Ray finds out she's that Helena's a dreamer. She says, well, look, if you telling the truth about what Amon is hiring, yeah, I might let y'all go. But Allison goes, all right, well, good luck, I'm out. And she goes, no, you gotta help me catch him. Allison like, no, catching him is y'all job. I'm not gonna help you catch and kill my fucking son. That's crazy. Ray's like, I'm not gonna send an army of people up there. But if I send you, a person he trusts, and one soldier,
right, if I send an army of people, we'll never find him.
We could kill him.
Right.
And Allison refuses and goes to leave. Ray goes to leave. She grabs Ray's wrist. The guard says, unhand her. And it becomes like tense because it's like, that's right, Ray is the queen, dog. Like, this ain't y'all's childhood friendship. Y'all not equals. And it's directly juxtaposed the times when Allison was the queen. Even though Viserys was the king without a power, like there were times where her and Rhaenyra bumped heads, and it was the exact opposite. She wasn't trying to hear that shit. And so Ray says, listen, you need to go. And Allison's like, I can't leave Helena alone. She says, I'll take care of Helena. And now that Ray knows Helena got the dream powers, part of me thinks, yeah, she'll take care of Helena, as in try to use her powers to stay on the throne somehow.
Yeah, and also, and I'm trying to find from my perspective, she's like, bitch, you want to leave anyway. Go ahead and leave. And two things are going to happen. Either I never see you again or you're going to kill that boy.
Right.
I don't care which either one happens.
And so then Allison says, didn't I not warn you that this was going to happen? That this is what the crown does? You see how cold you acting? It's going to come to this? You really about to put me out here to kill my son. And Ray is like, yeah, well, you need to pack your shit so you can go kill your son. Helena is in her room. Allison is like, you gotta eat, because they gonna leave. But I'm leaving tonight with the soldier or whatever. I need to know. I can't do this unless I know you're gonna eat and be okay and have food, for your baby and all this shit. And Helena is like, can't you just not do it? Allison's like, they gonna kill Amon either way, but if we do it this way, we'll get to be free. If they just kill him, whatever, they might still keep us because you pregnant or whatever. I'm trying to do this for us. And Helena's like, why did you have me stay in this castle, as treacherous as it is? Was it no man that would marry me from another family or nothing? Yeah, why you marry me to my brother? Was that your idea?
Yeah, because I'm not trying to funny when they was younger and they did that little ballroom dance and stuff. And then she liked one of Ray's sons. One of Ray's sons. Yeah, the youngest one or something like that.
I thought she liked Jace or something.
Yeah, one of them boys. Yeah.
But you know what it is too?
That in the bud.
And Allison basically says it was Otto's wish to have Helena marry her brother. Otto's a Hightower. And she says, I didn't object to it because I wanted to have you close to me. But it's also kind of like, and I think also in her mind, she thought I'd have a friend, another woman in the house to replace my lost relationship with Rhaenyra.
Yes.
But she never fostered her relationship with her kid, and she never got that. And her kid turned out to be a dreamer and kind of communicates in a different way. So it just never went the way she thought it would.
Right.
And because all the trauma Allison went through, she's very much like a whatever I have to do to survive. If I got to get rid of my son, I got to get rid of my son. If I got to, whatever.
Leave my grandbaby, I do what I got to do.
And those lessons don't really communicate well to your daughter, who you're trying to teach the opposite to. And because when she sees the real you when the pressure's on, now you're telling her shit that she never learned as a kid, like leave your kid behind. Because I did. Drink this tea. Don't have a baby if you're going to avoid it. That kind of shit. So at any rate, Allison promises to return as soon as possible. And that when I get back, we're going to walk out in the sun. And that means a lot because, one, Helena needs to go outside. Two, they won't be running in the dark of night, escaping. It'll be the queen granting them leave. And finally, Helena takes a bite of the food. Ray goes to her kids' room. Joffrey, he sleep again. Her work-life balance is all fucked up.
It's terrible, ain't it?
She just show up when the baby sleep. Oh, my goodness. Long days. Lord Orwell, Lord D.I., sees her leaving the room, and he says, hey, I got a message from Tumbleton. Somebody gave us this at the gate. It's a sign with written in blood. It says, kick the dog and it will bite your hand. As in, like, the hand to the queen. And that's when we fast forward over to Corlys. Once again, great transitions. Now, Corlys is still in them woods from earlier, but I just need to tell the story this way so that it will make more sense.
Right.
They're out chilling after the war. Him and his men done hung all the people,
right?
Buried everybody or whatever the fuck, and they having a drink, and he's like, "Turn that shit up, fellas."
That is funny. Hey, all I do is win,
so,
win,
hey,
no matter what. Hey,
we killed a lot of Trarkies out here.
Let's go, guys.
We did a lot of decorations with nooses and bodies.
Yeah, we got them all, guys.
And frankly, I think it's time to say, let's go back to the city and kill the people at the city because they need some help.
Yeah.
They killing gold cloaks. Time for the Valerians to pitch in. My son changed my mind.
Yep, I'm heading back.
I'm heading home. Daddy is coming home. And they did this weird edit here because they show his face giving the speech, but then they kind of go in tight. And when they come back out, he's no longer at the campfire. He's now just staring into the woods by himself. In the background, you see the guys at the campfire, but they're like way in the background now. And you see some motion behind him. And this is just very well shot because like you think he's still giving a speech and these guys are sneaking up behind him. You're like, why isn't anyone at the campfire telling him, look behind you? But it's because it's much later in the night and he's just standing in the woods drinking. And these guys, including Lord Roxton, have somehow snuck out of Tumbleton.
Yep, because guess what? Somebody wasn't on duty. Somebody was down there looking for their motherfucking wife instead of being up there on that goddamn hill. So now you got a guard dog without somebody to say sick 'em. Because other than that, there's no way they could have fucking escaped town.
Hugh Hammer ass in the motherfucking alley talking about, have you seen her?
Right.
Dragon just...
All right, going do-do-do-do-do-do.
Right.
Do-do-do-do. She don't want you, baby.
Dragon with the seat checks, just no lights, no seatbelt, nothing on. Just sitting in parks.
I know.
And then, of course, Ulf out here clubbing.
Right. And nobody on duty.
So somehow they snuck out while he must not have been paying no fucking attention.
Right.
You had one job.
You had one job. You were down there like, Mr. Telephone Man.
Right.
There's something wrong with my line. When I dial my baby's number,
I need a girl in my life. I need a girl who's mine, mine.
Child. Yeah, and she was like, I don't want you back. Get away from me.
So now Roxanne and them done snuck out, and I think they made a point of showing us they did not kill Corlys.
No, they didn't.
You heard chains rattling, you heard him struggling, and then you saw a bunch of them dudes headed towards the woods, towards the campfire. Now, I don't think they made it.
I don't think the rest of the crew made it because, Chad, they are drunk.
They had red tunics, if you know what I'm saying. I don't think they made it back to King's Landing.
I think the music was too loud. They probably didn't hear them niggas coming.
They was in there crunk.
Right. Yeah. Oh, where you come from? That's what happened to them niggas.
And I just want to add one more thought before we head to what are we looking forward to next week. I've been thinking about something, and this might be so obvious, and I'm so late, and the rest of you guys are like, oh my God, Rod, are you fucking stupid? You've been talking about this show for 10 years, and you just now put this together? But I thought about something watching this show. You can kind of tell what's going to happen to a character because George R.R. Martin and the plots of this show, they take whatever is most valuable and precious to you, and that is exactly what you have to lose in order to have a character arc. And I was going through it character by character today. This episode is a great one, but you can actually go back to the OG Game of Thrones and do this. I'll run through a few from the OG, then I'll go to this series. But Jaime Lannister, his pride and his fighting, he lost his hand.
Yeah, he did.
Right? You had obviously Sansa, her ladyhood. She you know what's his name did to her. Like basically tried to sully her as a woman. You had Jon Snow in his honor. He essentially has to stab the Khaleesi in the back
for the watch
to save the realm. He has to give up his honor. That is he's a Kingslayer now. You like just character by character, you know. Even with the Khaleesi, like giving up one of her dragons to be, like she lost her dragons.
Yeah, she did.
Like everyone has to give up something. So now you go to this show and you think about the sacrifices people are making. Rhaena wants a dragon. She gets it. She has to lose everything. Family, all her connections with nobility and privilege. She wanted the dragon to prove she belonged to the Targaryen. She got a dragon and now she's exiled from her family. She can't be a Targaryen.
No, she can't. Because she didn't do it the right way.
Right. Or just, you know, you have to give something up. Otto wanted proximity to power, gave up his life, obviously.
Yes, he did.
One of his daughter kind of owned the throne ad hoc, put his daughter in peril. You know, obviously, Rhaenyra did all this for family. Her kids are dying left and right. Like she might get the throne and have no kids left.
None of them.
You know, speaking of which, Cersei, right? Cersei was her inbred kids. Lost all of them.
All of them.
You will lose what you want. Corlys wanted the status and the name and all this shit. He's basically down to just his name and lost everything that he didn't really appreciate to get this, you know? And now he can't even pass his name on.
No, he can't.
So it's just, I just keep thinking about that with characters and what they're going to have to give up. Wondering where this goes. You know, Ormond clearly is his hatred of Targaryens and his name, and he values that high tower lineage and shit. I just wonder where he's gonna lose to get his shit accomplished, if it gets accomplished. You know, Christian Cole wanted his name to ring as a warrior, but that's only because he couldn't get the women he loved and all this shit. So anyway, just a little thing I was thinking about. And then maybe that's all writing and I just didn't realize it till I was thinking about all these characters. But, you know. All right. What do you look forward to next week?
It's going to be interesting. We're going to see what's going to happen to Corlys. Like, they might not cover it, but I want to see.
Nah, they got to. That's a chip, because that might be his plan. Because remember earlier, that's what I was saying, when he was at that table and he brought up Corlys and how much he liked his stock and all this shit. And I'm like, you know, the other thing, I'm like, maybe he tries to turn Corlys. Maybe Corlys angst against the queen, he goes out that way. I don't know, but I don't think they're done with Corlys. I'm with you.
Yeah, I'm interested to see that. I'm interested to see what happens when the river boys and the old men make it to Tumbleton.
Yeah,
like that's gonna be interesting. I'm going to it's gonna be interesting, particularly with Hugh and Ulf.
Yeah,
with them two.
Yeah,
I wonder if anybody gonna find out they snuck out, because you know, like somebody gonna be like, well, how?
Because they gonna have to know how that dude got him.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, how did he get him? And then they're gonna be like, how did you miss him?
And the thing I was thinking too, and this is probably a super duper reach. This is not. I don't think this happened. This is just the thing I was thinking. What if John Roxon is like a faceless man or something? Like maybe that's why the episode was named that. Maybe he didn't sneak out. Maybe it's just somebody wearing his face or some shit. Maybe they've been wearing his face the whole time. Anyway, it's just something to think about.
Yeah, and also it's going to be interesting to see kind of where they go with all these relationships. The the black cesting, how that's going to impact.
Very intrigued
because that's going to impact.
We're gonna get our first menage a cest.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting to see what they do with that, and once people find out, because that's not something they're going to be able to keep secret.
Yeah, I'm with you on everything you brought up. The only thing I would add too is I kind of want to see what's up with Amon and Alice Rivers. Cause like one, he keeps thinking he's gonna die up there. Helena predicted he's gonna die over there in the lake or the river by that area. And then is he gonna get her pregnant? Cause she wants to carry on like his line, which is like a weird thing.
Yes. So we
will he get Vagar? And if he does, could he be the key to turning the battle that we don't see? Like he show up to Tumbleton on that big ass dragon. And he don't got no qualms about burning every fucking body down there. So like, if he shows up and they just got Hugh and Oaf out there, man, that might be a L.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. 2 more episodes left, and number 7 normally the one.
Yeah.
Like the penultimate episode.
Yeah, and also it's going to be interesting. I want to see Crispy and Bigfoot, Littlefoot, their adventure to see, where
I feel like they
go.
gotta lay low, so maybe we get something with them next season.
Yeah.
Because
I
they
think
gotta
we follow them enough.
Yeah.
That's just funny. I think they're gonna be. It's gonna be more of them next season.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I think they aren't doing all this with Aegon, a character they could have by all rights killed off and never thought about again. They aren't dragging his ass through the mud and all that foreshadowing with his dragon just to drop this motherfucker off the cliff next week and be like, yeah, so nobody cares anymore.
No.
Because his story, it's like that line that George R.R. Martin talks about having a soft spot for bastards and cripples or some shit. I forget his exact words, but I just wonder if it's like that, where he's like, you know what, man, people ain't gonna see this coming, but now that this character is so low, they're so fucked up, you can't possibly see them getting the throne. Now, not only is he gonna get the throne, you're gonna root for him to get the throne, because I'm gonna drag him into redemption in a way that none of these other characters are gonna be redeemed, because he's been so low in a way that these other characters haven't been that low. They think they've been low, but their low has been, I was the chief of the police. I had to go stay at Dragonstone. They wouldn't let me be the first woman president. So anyway, all right, that's it. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
We enjoyed this. I enjoyed doing this with you, Karen.
Yay.
We'll be back Saturday for feedback. If you want to listen to Balls Deep Sports and the premium shows on tomorrow, we plan to do those tomorrow at 7. I'll send the email out sometime tomorrow for all our premium people. Spider-Man review is coming to your movie feed.
I can't wait.
For the premium people. Man, lots of stuff happening over here at the Blackout Tips. And we're still going to the NABJ in August. So until next time, I love you.
I love you too.
Mwah.